Hi guys, welcome in. Welcome in. Let's start tapping the screen like crazy. We can get a bunch of people in here. I wish that I could adjust more than just this shit. All right, tap the screen, tap the screen. We're about to piss a bunch of people off. So, if you're ready to piss people off, enjoy. Thank you guys. Start tapping the screen like crazy. Start tapping the screen like crazy. I think we can get this back to 50,000. If we just tap the screen, we can get right back to where we were when we started. If you're an op, if you disagree with anything up here, go ahead and let me know so we can talk about it. We're going to be fixing the left-wing culture, one lefter at a time. Keep liking, keep liking. If you disagree with the prompt, go ahead and request up. Like crazy, share this out like crazy. Just keep sharing. Same clothes again. I woke up like this. I decided to start debating. Don't know what to tell you. Save the planet. Wash less clothes. Believe it or not, I actually have like a genetic, or I guess it's a lack of a certain phenotype in the genes. ABCC11. So I actually don't produce body odor, and I don't produce earwax. It's a trait most commonly found in Southeastern Asians. My mother's from Thailand. But keep liking the live, sharing it out, like the live, share it out, like the live, share it out. I think, here, look, I'm tapping with you. If I had a phone on another account, I'd be helping you guys out. How does it feel to be one of God's favorites? Thanks. It's funny because, like, I just don't use deodorant as a result of that, and I thought most people, like, didn't, and then I started smelling body odor of other people, and I was like, what the fuck? Everyone smells like this? That's crazy. And I also thought it was really weird that people produce, like, yellow, like, sticky, gooey earwax. I have no earwax. Like, if you looked in my ears, I don't have to clean inside my ears with machines. Like, obviously, when I'm in the shower, I just, like, wash the outside of my ears because there could be dirt, things like that. But I don't have earwax problems or earwax at all. But if you guys do not agree with what is above my head right now, please join in so we can talk about it. When I get really close to the mic, does it get loud or does it get foggy? Does it kind of drown out it? Do I sound distorted? Thank you, Nina. Nina? I hope I said that right. Who did you vote for? Kamala Harris. Please come up and let's talk. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Keep tapping. Keep sharing. Let's like this out. We want to get as many people in here as possible. And if you are someone who's on the left and you do not like the prompt behind me, let's talk about it. Good Trouble eats his mic. It irks me. Did that bother you? I'm so sorry. Yeah, Good Trouble, like, be macking on that thing. That's okay, though. I need mental therapy since January. If you disagree with the prompt behind me, let me know in the comment sections. I'd be so down I lost friends, and all due to politics. Nina, are you on the right or are you on the left? Based liberal? Yeah. Yeah, based liberal up in here. Keep liking the live, keep tapping it out. And if you do not agree with something that you see up here, please come up and discuss it. Slurrin' Tom raid. Yes, we love me some Slurrin' Tom. I'm so fucking happy I'm free. Holy shit, I was, like, so scared of TikTok and, like, the crazy psycho leftists for a long time, and getting myself purposely canceled 4 times was the best thing I could have ever done. I'm, like, free as a bird. I'm not scared to say shit. I can just speak my mind. It doesn't even fucking matter, because I've just gotten to a point where I can say whatever I want and be... Yeah, purposely. Yeah, do you think that when I say when you put purposely with the quotation marks, do you think that I just filmed myself with older millennial without a second thought that posting it would have gotten me, like, just admiration? No, I knew that would cause people to freak the fuck out. I'm not stupid. You should come up and talk about that. Where are ya? With your purposefully comment. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where are ya? Can't find ya. Oh, there you are. Char Char. Come on up here. I think you'd be fun to talk to. I'll have a nice conversation. I'll be sweet. Why do you say R slur, though? I would like for you to post a single video or find a single video of me even saying the R slur. I can't make claims without backing it up. She's going to move the goalpost. She's going to be like, well, actually, you support someone who said the R slur. Go ahead and like the live, share it out, guys. Like the live and share it out. Like and share, like and share. We can get this to 10,000, I think, pretty quickly. For those of you who just want to like it. And we're waiting for some ops in the chat. We can get buck wild with some ops in here. But you got to disagree. Keep tapping. I'm tapping with you, see? That's like crazy finger work. What is soy level BS? Soy level BS is people who cry and walk on eggshells because they're scared of audience capture. They're scared to say things like not all white people are racist. They're scared to say things like it's not all men. Because soy level culture has made them scared to speak their mind. W. Harry Sisson. Yeah, I like Harry. You do a lot of good, Mercedes. Love from Denmark. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sofus. Hopefully I said that wrong. Sofus? I don't know. I'm so sorry. Host is soy. If you want. Whatever you want, buddy. I actually think tofu is great. I mean, I'm a hardcore carnivore, but I think this is going to probably cringe some people out, but I think like raw, hard tofu, I think it's delicious. Host is part of Soy Nation. Char Char, come up here and let me say something to you, and then let's see who's soy. You're just too scared to talk about it. Char Char, do you think it's all men, or do you think it's only some men? Who did I vote for? Kamala Harris. First time ever voting. Hi, Char Char.
Girl, can I troll a little?
Yes, you can troll. It's fine.
I don't think it's all men, but it is a large majority of men.
I agree.
Okay, cool. And I was saying soy. Do you know Liam?
Oh, like the guy who goes and
Liam.
crashes lives, yeah.
Yeah, he founded Soy Nation, and it's really funny.
Is this a website of his, or is this like a branding of his?
I would say maybe a branding of his. He just calls anyone on the left Soy Nation.
Yeah, he branded Soy Nation. I branded Soy Level Ultra. It's like
Soy Level
Ultra
Nation.
is like, imagine like it's like a Giga Chad meme. Like laser beams are coming out of the eyes. They're screaming and crying, and they're eating cheese pizza. Soy Level Ultra.
That's fair. What are your thoughts on the Easteen list not being published? I know that there's a lot of MAGA who's like, sorry, I didn't prepare to come up here and
You're doing great. My thing about the Easteen list, do you want to get like my most basest take? Okay. I'm going to say that there ain't no way that someone out there does not have like any recollection of guests who were on the island. I do not think that it's like a literal, like, I have a list, I'm checking it twice going on. I don't think it's necessarily that, but I do think personally, and maybe this is because I'm more conspiratorial, I do believe that there's knowledge amongst these groups as to who has visited the island. I think like, I am very sussed out by the missing 3 minutes of the video footage. I also believe that Democrats should have released anything that they had if they cared about it, but they went 4 years and then did not do so. So my personal opinion, or I think the most rational take on it, is there is no list and case is closed, or they all have a pact with one another to just not incriminate one another, because you probably have like Clintons on the list, and then you have like Trump or like Trump's friends on the list, or conservatives or Democrats. I think both of them, Either nobody, there's no list, or they're all on it.
Yeah, I was thinking that there's not an actual list, like a list of contacts, like, hey, we have this person in for you.
No.
I think it's just people who were frequenting that place and doing things that they should not have been doing. But I also think that the list wasn't released, or sorry, not the list, but whatever they have wasn't released the past 4 years, because I'm sure that there are Democrat officials
They,
who are on there that they were trying to
yes.
protect.
Yep, I take the same. I think, and it's so disingenuous because a lot of liberals are running around. I even got pushback for stating that the list is not being released, like a metaphorical list, because of both sides being on it. And then there's a bunch of like Democrats running around being like, "No, it's only Donald Trump." With like, and they just completely dumped out of their brain that Biden was ever in office and could have released it if Democrats actually cared as much as they're pretending to care now.
Yeah, it's a lot of the push to get it released and like, oh, Democrats want this is, I'm
Performative.
sure, just because the MAGA side is not releasing it.
Yeah, it's just politics. They're just playing politics.
Yeah, but what's your opinion on there's a lot of MAGA who are like, no, he wasn't on the island, and they're totally flip-flopping because Trump said it's all a hoax.
Yeah,
Like, how do you combat that?
I think a lot of them are just like delusional. So either they believe he's not on it because even though, which is wild, if even if one of the things, whether it be like the letter that was just released, whether it be even just a single photo within Epstein, whether it be any kind of relationship with Epstein, whether it be Epstein himself when he said, "Hey, I'm friends with Donald Trump." If Biden had even just one of those instances that applied to him, Republicans would be running with this fact that, oh, Biden's on the list, and they would never let it down. And I think that they're just coping really hard or purposely living out of reality because they can't fathom the fact that Donald Trump was actually friends with Epstein, and they make excuses for it. And those who believed that, but now are kind of coming back and they're saying, "Oh, he might be on the list because of his behaviors." I think that they have a chance of maybe waking up. At least they operate in some kind of logical consistency, barely, but some of it. Uh, but I think the majority of party is just going to continue to fall in line, and I think it's hard to reason with because it's hard to reason. It would be easier to reason with if Democrats have been pushing for the list release for the past like 5 years now. But it's so hard because they can just come back at us and be like, well, Democrats didn't want to release it. So no one has the moral high ground in this position to argue. So we're all kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's just interesting that a lot of what Trump does, they blindly stick to. Like they could say something totally opposite, but then as soon as Trump says something, they're like, "Oh my God,
Oh, yeah.
yeah."
Yeah, I mean, we saw this actively where it's like we cared about the list. It was the only thing we're going to run on. And then Pam Bondi and Trump say, no, there is no one on the list. And then I have like a slideshow of like prominent conservatives who are demanding the list be released. And then now that this has all come out, they're like, oh, I trust Donald Trump. There's no list. And I think that's psychotic. Really quickly, though, for those of you guys in the chat, I think we should like this and get it to 20,000 likes. And if you guys keep sharing it out, it helps push the thing to the helps push the, what is this, a live to the For You page. And if you're an op, if you do not like the prompt behind me, I would like to talk about it further. Get some people pissed off, get some feathers ruffled. Yeah. Char, how do you feel about this prompt? What you think about it?
Well, I was just gonna ask what purity testing is.
I think purity testing would be like, okay, so Unfuck America tour begins. You have a bunch of liberals who are like going onto the front lines for the first time, getting together in a group to go battle the crazy conservatives. And then someone jumps on a live and doesn't even exhibit a microaggression, but literally just says, hey, you guys don't know how to organize. And as a result, the whole entire tour explodes. And then I come out and I say something like, hey, we should not explode an entire tour that is meant to build electoral power over something so stupid. And then I get doxxed. So I'd say that's purity testing. Like people cry and try to throw their support in the trash for someone, even though they've spent extensive amount of time fighting for them. We saw this with like Stephen King over the past couple of weeks. Stephen King has been not only like a philanthropist for the left, spent a lot of money on the left, but has really fought for this side for forever now. And then will say one thing that people don't like, and then Threads has now taken to try to cancel him. People just can't disagree without turning it into an accountability tour or a doxing tour or a name calling tour. I think it's horrible.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. I feel like there needs to be room for discussion rather than like even with the original Unfuck America tour, which I feel like should have been rebranded in some capacity, like maybe a new name because all of it
We
is just a,
rebranded, but not with a new name, just with like based people. Like for example, we went on tour. There is no drama coming out of it besides the drama that I purposely created by posting the OM. Other than that, like everyone were so tight and no one's going to cancel each other as a result of it.
yeah. But I feel like a lot of people just think of that tour, that movement in relation to what already happened. So I feel like it would have been better for the movement to at least separate yourself somewhat from it. But I don't know how you would do that. I'm not like a marketing person, but I do agree that there's not a lot of room for discourse and civil discussions rather than just like a canceled tour.
I agree. I agree. And I think that I think like now I think our biggest rebrand has been not necessarily a naming or like badging, but in our actions. Like the newest creators to this tour, all of us say like could you imagine any single creator on the last installment of the tour saying anything of the things above me?
No.
No. Yeah, we changed it completely. We're just like the most we're we're just a bunch of crazy based liberals. Really quickly, if you guys are in this chat, go ahead and get this to 20,000 likes and then share out the live. And if you are an op and you disagree, jump up in the request box, especially if you don't like my prompt behind me. I would like to talk about that. It's a fun discussion. If you guys disagree, jump on up.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go because I don't really disagree with anything up here.
Based. Everyone in this chat follow Char Char. Holy shit. That is based balls. Awesome. You're cool. I'm giving you a follow for that.
Oh my God, thanks.
You're cool. Okay. Stay blessed.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye. What a sweetie. Hell yeah. Okay. If you disagree with the prompt behind me, go ahead and request up. Uh, it'll be a fun conversation. But you got to request up. You got to actually want to talk about it. Literally. Okay.
Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good. I just want to bring something to the table that this whole soy boy crap needs to stop. I'm a vegan male for 10 years, and I'm bigger and stronger than half of the Republican men. Get clapped.
Okay. Okay. So is there anything in particular, like, do you disagree with, is it the tofu that you, like, are you trying to promote tofu or what are we doing?
Yeah, basically, tofu gets the bad rap. It's routed in racism that it's an estrogen booster, but it's actually a phyto
Did you say
estrogen.
tofu is like rooted in racism? What?
Yeah, because that's what tofu and estrogen. It's like a soy boy thing. Yeah.
But how is tofu racist? Don't make me take your position.
No, it's not. Tofu itself isn't racist, but for
Okay.
them to say that the ingredient it's a racist towards Asians. Yeah.
What? Chad, really quickly before we continue on with our soy bodybuilder down here, what position do you take? Do you have a problem with the prompt?
Let me read them through real quick. Let's see. It's all men is bad messaging if you don't understand patriarchy.
Yes.
Um,
Yep. I agree.
purity. Wait, no, I don't think that it's bad messaging. I think it's only bad messaging if you don't understand patriarchy.
I agree
Um,
to exactly what you
okay.
said. I agree.
Okay. Purity testing is ruining the left. 95% of the time, no. 5% of the time, yes. In the soy level ultra, what does that mean? What is the third one? What does that mean?
So I'd say that soy level ultra would be like getting upset that someone said something that you disagree with, and then deciding that they don't deserve a platform, and then trying to encourage everyone to dox them or to take them down, if you will.
I think it's a case by case basis.
Yeah. So like, do
Stop
you think?
trying.
Okay, for example, are you familiar with the Unfuck America tour?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, so do you think what happened to the first installment of the Unfuck America tour was a beautiful, shining example of accountability, or do you think it was purity testing and soy level ultra behavior?
I don't think it was. I have a different perspective on that because I don't. I think that the idea that white liberals are going to save this country from fascism is just. I don't know any logical person who believes that. Like, there's no way you think Dean and Parker are going to,
Yeah,
lead the
definitely not Dean and
revolution.
Parker. That's not happening. They're not going to be saving anyone.
Um, um, I know, I'm mutuals with a couple people who were involved in the drama or whatever. But I don't. I never like somebody like Destiny. That's somebody I wouldn't take seriously. Or like most of the content creators, unless you're like, you know, trying to, take away the systems, then I can't really take
Do you think
what
that
you're.
like we should just like overthrow the American government and like come up with something new, or like when you say take over the systems, how far are
I
you?
don't think. I don't think right now we're at that position for it to be a successful one. Though I think it'll probably happen
Is
in
that what you
our
desire
children.
though?
I mean, as a black person living in America, I mean, yeah, there's no name us what system of oppression would I want as a black person? What
I'm
system
just
of
saying, like
oppression
when
would
you
I want?
say like overthrow, like I just say when okay, did you vote for Kamala Harris or did you vote at all or did you not vote?
I voted third party.
You voted third party.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Stay up here. We're gonna get some more people. This is about to get fun. I'm gonna get if you are in the chat and you did not vote or you voted third party, please come on up. Are you a Jill Stein voter?
Hell no. I voted for Claudia de la Cruz. I don't like Jill Stein. I think she is paid by Russia, and I'm not a fan of Russia because they're
Yeah,
an
I don't like Russia
oligarchical
either.
state
Okay.
like.
I mean that's
Let's see.
fine. I just hold on. I like your take on the third party voting because you guys are always fun to talk to. If you were in the chat, I know there's 90 people in here, so there's got to be someone who is either a non-voter, or we might have people who are like get really heated when people don't vote for, especially Kamala Harris. And I'd like for you guys to come up. Um, Please like the live like crazy and share it out. Like it and share it out. Like it and share it out. I'm an independent who didn't vote this past election. Are you like a right leaning independent or like a left leaning independent? That's important before I bring you up.
Let's see. Let's see. The last one says not all white people are racist. Um, I would say there's two approaches to that. Either I would say that all white people are all white people uphold white supremacy. So yeah, I would say that. Yeah, I would say all white people are racist for the most part. They all
Okay.
uphold white supremacy. Some way, shape, or form.
And I mean, how do you like I guess like my biggest issue or why I think not all people are or not all white people are racist is because like for me I just think that messaging is bad. So like I'll hop onto TikTok and then I'll see like liberals or not even liberals, I guess they're leftists hosting lives, and the prompt is like all white people are racist, and they want conservatives to come up and debate that so that they so that they can convince conservatives that they are evil and that they just hate all black people. And I think that that is
I do think conservatives hate black people. I do think that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think. Yeah, for sure.
okay. Hold on one second. We're gonna put you
I
up
think most
here.
white liberals don't like black people either, though.
I think that is so not true.
Hello.
Hi, Ray.
How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, hun?
I'm okay. So, as you saw, I'm an independent who did not participate in this last election. Um, I didn't feel safe enough to. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know enough about Kamala to say that I firmly believe in her stance and I believe in her words that she's saying to us. And the same with Donald, right? Donald has shown us time and time again that he's not a man of his word.
Mm.
So I
Do you
just
believe all
simply
white people are racist?
I I do not. And as a black and white woman, my father is black. and my mother is white. I grew up mostly with my mother raising me, and my mother would make outlandish comments because she had black children. Now, does my mother represent all white people? No, right? And to try to say that one side of a politic group believes in one certain thing or feels a type of way because the majority does or a large portion does is the same thing as being prejudiced and racist towards you for being black, right? It's you're casting a judgment and a prejudice upon that person of, well, I've had this hurt and so I'm going to push that onto you because it was done by a person who wasn't of color. We cannot continue to project these ideologies. We have to learn to treat everybody as simply human, and that's it. It doesn't matter what your gender is, it doesn't matter what your skin color is, it doesn't matter what the number is on the scale. All that matters is if you know in your heart at the end of the day that you're a good fucking person.
Okay, I mean, I think that's a base take. What about you, Gracie? I'm kind of familiar with you. Do you have a problem with the prompt behind me?
I didn't even have a chance to read it. You invited me up, so
Yeah, because
read it now for you.
I think you'd be fun to talk to.
Post, when you say you're an ex-conservative, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I was a conservative influencer. I spent, I mean, my whole life was like associating with conservatives. I was raised that way. From January of last year to August of last year, I batted heavily for that team in online spaces, and then realized that these people are absolutely crazy. The whole entire time I decided to get in politics. I mean, from like, it was 2 weeks in and I was like, wait, holy shit, what is this? So that I ended up leaving that party and then went on to vote for Kamala Harris. It was the first time I've ever voted. I didn't vote up until then. And I voted for Kamala. So it was a good time.
Okay. Why? What made you
Logics,
not,
I invited you up.
what made you not want to be a Yahtzee anymore?
Good messaging right there. Partially, these people were believing some of the wildest things I've ever seen. And then, like, also, like, from a policy perspective, they would say things like, oh, they were championing something called the Maha movement, and they wanted to ban red dye. And then I was like, wait, the only state to have actually regulated red dye is California, and that is because they're Democratic majority. The policies like that RFK was pushing for literally embodied regulating corporations, and I just saw that they were lying, considering the fact that conservatives would never regulate corporations. They care to claim about, again, health, and then Donald Trump in his first term hired the Attorney General of Oklahoma, who went on to overturn water EPA protections, which allowed them to just dump massive amounts of carcinogenics into our waterways. So there's just like a lot of contradictions coming out of the party that they would tell me one thing and then they would policy-wise do another. And I was seeing that in real time, and I was like, holy shit, these people are liars. And they're trying to cover up those lies by just fighting a culture war that is unnecessary.
So do you think that, do you truly believe that the culture war and the economic war are separate? Do you think that those are separate things?
Yeah, I believe that most conservatives don't even know an ounce of policy because they're too busy crying about culture wars.
Well, why do you, okay, let me ask you a question. Why do you think most white people don't want universal health care?
I don't think most would it be. I guess if we look at the conservative side, I don't think it has to do with race. I think it has to do with like which party they are part of.
It has 100% to do with race. That's the main reason why the GI Bill, post World War II, was controversial, because black veterans who came back from World War II did not receive the same benefits. It's why the formation of suburbs happened, because they wanted to manufacture a white middle class, and that white middle class gets scaremongered every election cycle that, you must vote Republican, otherwise black men are going to be dating your daughters.
I just think
Immigrants are
like
going to keep
universal
your
healthcare
jobs,
has nothing to do with.
and
I mean,
everybody's going to take.
we look at countries that are majority white and they have universal healthcare. Like I just don't think universal healthcare has anything to do with race.
I don't think it has anything to do
America,
with
yes,
race. It's
but
got
in
to do
Europe,
with party affiliation.
Well,
Yeah.
Europe, the societies are much more homogenous than America. So
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, people's desire for universal healthcare, I think, has nothing to do with race, and I think it has to do with the messaging being framed by like the country. So, like, if both parties, I'd argue that both parties in these European countries both like bipartisanly agree to universal healthcare. As a result of there not being in opposition to it, the majority of people get behind it. I think if conservatives started running on universal healthcare, it would take literally 1 week before the party came in line, and they all wanted universal healthcare.
that's not necessarily accurate, considering that their donors wouldn't want that, and because a
No,
lot of
exactly.
their
Their donors wouldn't want that, but that has nothing to do with race. I think that has to do with like protecting like billionaire classes. I think that has to do with continuing to
that
want
has
to
to do with
protect like companies like big pharma, or like I think it happens to because they do not want to raise in taxes. I just don't think it has anything to do with race. I think we see
I mean, it
countries.
has to do with
I
what
think
you
we
said.
see countries regardless if they're like Japanese. We see the Russian companies that are all white. We see a bunch of countries that the government said, "Hey, we like universal healthcare," and the people responded with, "Hey, we like universal healthcare." I just don't think race has anything to do with why we don't have universal healthcare.
So do
Excuse
you think
me?
classism and
I mean,
racism are like?
historically,
Do you not see the connection between racism and classism?
I don't see the connection between racism and skirting universal healthcare because we have so many examples of countries around us who race had nothing to do with why they enacted universal healthcare. Logics, did you want to say something? I saw you unmuted.
I
No,
think
no,
he's trying to
no,
say
you
though
good.
that's why. I'm sorry.
Why? Because
You
because Russia was full of white people, they got universal healthcare. So if we're gonna blame the lack of universal healthcare on white people, then what the fuck is Russia or Europe or
No, I
Russia's
mean my
notoriously
concern is how it's messaged and how it's brought through now. So you want people off of Medicaid and Medicare, correct? And
I
the
mean I don't.
messaging for the Republican
so
Party currently is if you're not working, you're not earning, you're not paying into healthcare, you don't deserve healthcare. So the messaging for the Republican Party is unless you are a full able-bodied working person, gosh forbid anything ever happened to you and you can't work, then you don't deserve healthcare.
I mean
So
I think their messaging isn't. I don't think their messaging has to do with anything. Like when we talk about universal healthcare, are you talking about just like the systems that we have now that you think they
well, you
want to
were kind of
overturn?
tying it together by saying that they they would want that if the party came for that. But
Yeah.
in my argument to you is the messaging that they currently have, which is cut Medicaid, cut Medicare. They don't. If you don't meet the healthcare requirements, you don't deserve it. It's a different message than what you're saying right now.
No, what I'm
Wait,
saying
great.
that
Hold on,
they're like,
wait.
hi, hold on. I think they're hiding their messaging. So I think that conservatives they do not want universal health care because they want to protect billionaires, but they're not going to come out and say that, so that they're going to pin it on a culture war and state, "Oh, you want free health care? That's because you're lazy." When in all actuality, it would be, I mean, wildly beneficial for everyone to have universal health care by every single metric, but they're not going to frame it that way because they want to keep lying to these people to convince them to vote against their own rights. Like we see this with conservatives when it comes to almost every single piece of policy that they push. They tell the people, "Oh, this isn't going to help you," but they can't necessarily say that. So what they say is, "Oh, you're lazy." I think everyone, if they would drop the lazy trope, most people would agree that universal healthcare is a good thing, but they have sold these people into this lie that you're lazy if you want free healthcare.
Wait, Mercedes, let me ask you a question. What when Medicare and Medicaid are cut, right? Who do you think that's going to disproportionately affect?
it is a difference that it will disproportionately affect those people, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's about race. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, the, black and brown people are going to be affected the most, but that's not the. It's intertwined, but it's not the reasoning rationale behind it.
It is intertwined, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Can
Yeah,
I
you,
it,
give a bit of a different
We have to
perspective?
separate. Oh, sorry, guys, I unplugged the wrong thing. You guys still hear me?
yeah, we can hear
Um,
you.
I think
Hold on.
that it's
Let me make
more than just simply them wanting to divide us by race. I think it's, when you have something right in front of your face and you're being told one thing, you question it, right? And it goes to the beliefs of what they believe is right and wrong in healthcare. It's not about this race and it's not about the billionaires. The reality is it's about the fact that Republicans and Democrats cannot come to an agreement on what should and should not be allowed medically. And that is why we do not have universal health care. Because the two sides are always so opposing. You can't do this, you can do that on one side, right? They're never going to see eye to eye. So there's never going to be that, yes, we all deserve health care and my personal opinion doesn't matter on that, right?
I
It's
mean, I'd argue it all
egos.
comes down to taxes. So the
Yeah,
reason why conservatives do not want to push for universal health care is because of like taxes.
right.
And they don't think they are like, unironically, the populists in the office, this is really weird saying this about, but they don't want big government and they view things like universal health care as big government, and they also don't want like
Yeah.
the taxpayers' dollars paying for big government systems.
But
But when
I
it,
think the way they get away with that is by the manipulation, by
yeah,
the gaslight,
culture
right?
wars. Yep.
By causing the divide and you
Saying that
can't do
everyone
this.
is lazy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's how they justify it. So they consistently get their people to vote against their own best interest by blaming it on someone else. Those people are lazy, those people are brown, those people are this, those people are that. Like they sell culture wars to get people to vote against their own best interest.
Yep.
If you guys can tap the screen, let's get this to let's get it to 40,000 and then keep sharing it out. Tap and share and tap and share and tap and share.
Wait,
Logix,
did
do
the
you have any
person we
input?
was talking to leave?
They said they'll be back. They dropped but they're coming back.
Oh, I missed it. No, but I agree. I agree with what you said. It's all about the taxation and lack of big government, but then they want to choose how people use their body and what people do with their kids, but they don't
Yep.
want to be in nobody's
Yes.
business.
Yep. That's why I
Right.
said big government, because like it's so weird saying that they take the position where they're framing their anti-universal healthcare position in the desire for a smaller government. Yet we can look at other policy proposals from conservatives that are entire government overreaches. So
Hmm.
it's just hypocrisy after hypocrisy.
Yes. I remember when I was in another debate before Donald was elected into office, I had gone to his site and I had taken bulletin points off of his site of the things that he was planning to do. And I had went into a mostly Republican live and I was telling these people, I said, if you did your simple research, you would see that everything that this man has said on TV to you is a lie. And if you go to his actual site, this is what it says. And
Yeah.
then when that got found out, right, when he figured out, oh, everybody's going to the site and they're looking at what I'm actually going to do, then he came on national television and said, oh, that site's a lie. That
Yeah.
site's not
I mean,
real.
it's he's consistently a liar, and it's kind of wild. But really quick, we're gonna shift this conversation. I'm going to go ahead and drop Yuri to bring up some ops,
Okay.
but I'm gonna follow you because I think you're like really cool and you're hella
Thank
based.
you.
Everyone in this chat follow Ree because I think she's a blessing. Have a blessed day. I'm gonna get
You too.
some ops up in here. Gracie, I know you're an op. I know you're an op. I want to debate you a little bit, but like lovingly, believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, I'm not an evil schnazi. So stays muted. She's like, hell nah. Tap the screen. Let's get it to 45,000. I think that's completely doable. And then share it out. And if you are in the comment sections and you're an op of any kind, if you do not like, oh, Gracie left.
Damn.
She be going hard in my comment section, talking mad shit, and she can't even
Really?
come up and back it up. Goddamn, they all are like this. They all are like this. They are keyboard warriors to the max. They like scream in my comment sections. They scream in other people's lives, and then when it comes to actually talking to me, they run.
Weren't they talking before I came in?
Yeah, but they said I think they said a total of like 30 words max.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole entire time they were up here, they stayed muted.
Oh,
Yeah, it's too
that
bad.
sucks.
I just wanted to talk, have a conversation. Did you see last night's live?
I was in there, but the reason you saw how I was in there and I wasn't talking much, I couldn't get my audio together because I was trying to
Bro.
stream and be in the live, and I couldn't figure it out, so I just dropped because I didn't want to ruin the call.
Bro, it was Tashika as a queen. I was like, holy shit. I I am the biggest Tashika stan, to be
No,
honest.
yeah, I was hearing most of the convo how y'all was glazing her, and then
Dude, she's
she was
amazing.
trying she
And
was
I
trying to
tell you,
shit on
and
Mantis.
people are like, "Oh, Mercedes, are you glazing her for any ulterior motives?" And I'll say, "No. Literally, the reason why Tashika blew my fucking mind was because what she did, I have not seen a single person in these like leftist spaces do publicly. They might have these conversations behind closed doors, but they won't go on a public live and say these things because they're scared of audience capture. And
Yep,
she came out here and said like the most rational, normal things. And the
yep,
reason why I was so taken back by it is because exactly what happened after the live, Allison and Covey started going crazy in a secondary live and saying some abhorrent shit. And it was just like, that is all I'm used to. All I am used to is that. So when Tashika came up here and took the like just a base, like, normal, productive stance, and all I am used to is the Allisons and Coveys,
mm-hmm,
my world got rocked hard. I
yeah.
was just like, who are you? Damn.
Is
It could have been anyone. It didn't even necessarily have to be Tashika. She just happened to be the most rational person on the left, I guess.
Yeah, and it just and it go and I think that's why she was so receptive because it goes to show it's like you don't have to agree with us on everything, but at least uphold your own values and what you're
Yeah.
saying. That's really and it's like I don't know
I mean,
why
she
that's
said she
so hard
hates
for
me.
people to understand.
Yeah.
Right.
But at least she's consistent in her
Yes.
viewpoints. Like, I don't care what you think about me. I would rather you be like, you think I'm the worst person on the planet. If you keep logical consistency, I'm gonna glaze you regardless because that is so rare. It is so
Hmm.
rare.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's so cool. I'm literally gonna send that girl those infinity stones or whatever you call them. I don't know that.
I still don't understand them TikTok whatever you be people give you and shit. I don't get it.
So is Tashika joining UFA or no? If she wants to, if she doesn't, no pressure. I just think that regardless, my newfound respect for Tashika is unshakable. Yeah. And then like everyone in the next live, the next day, they were all like, "Go check the Reddit files." And these are like some Reddit posts about Tashika, and
Hmm.
they're like just like baby ass takes, like framing Tashika to be this like huge monster that's so crazy and big and bad, and it's like Tashika called me dumb, and 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 I'm just like, wait, you guys are so soy, and I'm realizing when people are like, Tashika has a habit of her friendships ending and things like that, and I'm realizing, I'm like, oh, I think that's because Tashika's based as fuck and a bunch of soy level ultra people cannot handle
They
her.
can't handle it. Yep.
Yeah, they just want to write her off because she's just herself, and that's what, like, you when you become familiar with the UFA tour, we don't write you off for being too much. We That's what we accept over here. I got, someone said, I gotta say the last night's live was the best I felt about the direction of the rhetoric on the left. Yeah, I agree. And
Mm.
then the live that
Yeah.
followed it in that in Allison's channel, it undoes every ounce of productivity we
Who
had.
was over there? I heard about that when I couldn't watch it though. Who was in it?
It was just Covey and Allison. Tashika wanted to come up and talk, and they wouldn't let her up.
Of course they didn't. Like, what
Weak.
was their reason? What did they say?
Because they knew Tashika was gonna cook the fuck out of them.
God,
They knew it
this.
too. They knew
Well,
Tashika was gonna come up there and like cook.
that's sad too. That's sad, honestly. That's really sad. They feel like they lost one.
They just couldn't dare stand to see Tashika crack open a cold one with me and fucking Z.
Burnt toast. You want to come up?
Yeah, I just sent him an invitation. Burnt toast. You had a contradictory opinion. Yeah, something like that.
Contradictory.
Contradictory opinion. Burnt toast said I'm not on the left. Come back that up. I see the entourage of Palestinian flags in your bio, so I think you might be fun to talk to. Thank you so much, Jellycat. Mercedes is always quick to glaze people, and before she hates Tashika in a week. No, I will never. Tashika literally said, Tashika doesn't like me. My glazing of Tashika is not contingent on whether someone likes me or not. It's on their
Right.
ability to hold logical consistency, and that's it.
Yeah, and that was very evident.
Yeah. Maybe later. Of course, burnt toast. It's always the excuses with you crazy lefties. Go ahead
I'm
and
chill.
I know.
I'm chilling right now.
And
I don't know, like me, if I'm going to, y'all can do what y'all want, but when you're watching a live and you're in the comments like talking shit, and this live is about bringing on people with different opinions, it's kind of like, you know,
it's
you
crazy.
got time to talk in there. Why don't you just get
Come
what you
on
got to
up.
say out?
You do it faster with your mouth instead of your fingers.
Yeah, like I just don't say anything if you're not gonna if you don't think you could come up. Like
Yeah.
it's just weird.
The left is full of so many goddamn keyboard warriors. I have to say, at least the right comes up and defends their positions. Like, they are
Yeah,
not afraid to come up and start screaming. But I'm loving this
yeah.
environment. Thank you, Jellycat. Go ahead and request up if you disagree with the prompt behind me, or go ahead and request up if you. You said last night was a movie. Hi, Josiah. Do you disagree with the prompt?
Oh yeah, that's not why you brought me up. I'm sure.
Yeah. Is your really quickly say something? I think your mic is a little messed up.
Yeah, I'm teleporting, so probably what
Huh?
I'm teleporting. Give me a second.
Oh,
Burnt toast. You keep talking. Come up here and join your boy Josiah.
Can you hear me?
No, it got even worse. Hello? Anybody out there? Hello, hello, hello.
right wing liberals. What the hell?
Right wing liberals. Crazy,
Josiah
crazy.
said he'll chime in a bit, I guess.
It's always something with these people. They never can talk.
Well, at least he came up.
Yeah, that's something. That's worth something. Damn.
That's why he said he was transport. I just read your thing. It said stop crying about OM in my video. I
Yeah.
just read.
It's all men is bad messaging. Purity testing is ruining the left. And the soy level ultra BS. Stop crying about older millennial in my video. And not all white people are racist. Some of these, I went hella buzzy with this, but they have these positions and they're so willing to scream about them, but they won't actually come up and scream about them. It's like
Right.
that's
Right.
so wild to me, and that's why I just really don't care about what these people have to say, is because they can't even defend what they stand on. And that's wild.
Mercedes has a Discord. Your Discord is open for people to join, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
it's a link in my bio. If you go to link in my bio into the link tree, you'll find the Discord. The last prompt is too broad a statement. UFA has one too if you guys want to join. It's mostly for volunteers. Yeah.
I mean, but it's something that people believe.
Yeah.
Not always. Like some people really hold dear to that.
People just really think that you could have done absolutely nothing to present yourself as racist, and it doesn't matter. You're just, for existing, you're racist. And I just think that whether you really believe that or not, or if you want to like get into a system that is built or like systematic, it's just the messaging all white people are is never going to get you to dismantle the systems that you're fighting against, because that's why we have like the hashtag Black fatigue floating around on conservative spaces right now, is because people who spout this rhetoric, it makes them not want to care about what you care about.
Hmm. I've said that before in one of my videos. Like, it's whatever your cause is, when you just have this extreme rhetoric, it makes the people that you're trying to, it doesn't help the people that you're trying to help, and the people whose attention you're trying to get, they're going to just be dismissive of it because you're not being honest about what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's wild. It's just wild to be. If you disagree with the prompt, go ahead and request up. The allergies here in Texas, I don't even think I never had allergies before, and then I moved to Texas, and I'm constantly getting like stuffed in the nose, and it's awful. If you disagree with the prompt, you should request up.
Gotta get you an air purifier.
I know, right?
That thing can
Luckily, I'm moving.
Where you moving to? Still Texas?
Arkansas, because of world-class fishing.
Whoa, that's a move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone's like, "That's crazy, Mercedes." I get like, it's how do I say this? It'll just be like moving home. I get along with conservatives so well, and I think it's because of the things that I have in common with them. So I'm gonna go up to Arkansas strictly. I evaluated all of my states, and I had some things that I needed. I needed to make sure that the weather was neutral so that I could fish as much as possible throughout the year. I don't like cold weather. And then I wanted, I didn't want it to be flat. And then I wanted a combination of fish species from the north and the south. And Arkansas was like the only state that really had that. Because they have like the Bayou Bartholomew, so they have like full-blown gators, and then you go to the northern part of the state and there's trout. So they have like over like 500 different fish species to target there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really your shit, huh? Fishing, because like to move so you can excel in fishing is crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what's up, though. That's what's up.
Thank you. If you disagree with the prompt, we're just waiting for those of you who disagree to come on in here. We're stalking you, waiting for your attack, so we can go on the defense.
Is it usually slower during the day and the week? Wait, it's today's Saturday though, but it's still early.
During the day, I think it's a lot slower. I also think like leftists, I'm not gonna lie, I just don't think they actually stand on business. I think they're some of the biggest keyboard warriors, because I know if I had a different prompt up here, like if I had something against conservatives, that they would be running up here en masse.
Oh, of course.
But the left, I don't know. It's really weird because they're really loud in the comment sections, but they don't stand on anything. Maybe I could steel man the last prompt. They said they don't disagree, but
Steel man. How do you feel about people just being devil's advocate?
It's kind of fun. Like just for like if I'm bored, then I'll be like, okay, I guess let's go. What we need to do is eventually have our Epstein debate.
Yeah, that's what I was. What's the name was out of town, and we yeah. I was like, we still could have did it, but Ethan didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
No, it would be, because I want to have that conversation.
It'll be cool.
All I've been able to do is like go back and forth in discords about it, but it's not the same. I just it gets tiring typing arguments.
Man,
I need to definitely, but agree with your prompts.
Yeah, I think see this is what I need to do is like do this in the highlight of my cancellation. So I need to host lives. Like I should have hosted a live the day that I posted the OM stuff, but I wasn't back from Florida yet. I guess we kind of did it on, but it turned into like a Kyla roast party. Kyla started roasting the left. That was crazy. Kyla is such a good debater. It's insane. That black veteran. Unmute your mic real quick. Hey, where are you?
I am, they just charged the battery. They said it's at 75%, but it should be enough to get the truck going. and
That's wild. Okay.
they said that it would need like a deep charge or state or something like that.
Well, yeah, I would hope they did they not run a deep cycle charge on it?
No, he said he had it on the fast.
Yeah, so he just ruined that battery. So like you should what why are the people at AutoZone so stupid? They have the abilities to deep cycle charge it, but I'm probably just going to destroy the battery. I'm going to plug something into it and I'm going to destroy it. Did he say it was within warranty by chance?
He didn't mention warranty at all.
Okay, well, I'm going to call them and I'm going to ask them if it's within warranty. And if it is, I'm just going to destroy the battery. I'm just going to like hook it up to a parasitic draw and let it sulfide out.
Okay.
And then, are you on your way back?
Yeah, I was just gonna stop at the gas station real quick. But I got stuff to cook some chicken tenders.
Cool. Did you get crickets?
Yes.
This has just turned into a phone call.
Hi, Logix.
What up? What up?
You guys talk really quick. I'm grabbing a sparkling water.
Wait,
Are
no.
you making? Huh?
What were you saying?
Never mind. Never mind. I knew the answer to what I was about to ask you. But yeah.
I hope everyone's doing pretty cool. This is my first time like on a panel, so I'm like, awkward and
Really? Usually when you in here, you just like be moderating.
yeah, I just be jumping in all of a sudden, randomly. But other than that, I'm not really on these panels. So.
Oh my god, guys, the queen has entered the chat.
Who? Is it Tashika?
The queen has entered the chat.
The queen.
Oh my god.
The queen is here. No way.
Damn.
Do you want talkies?
I scroll in once. Yeah, talkies sound really good. Talkies sound good. The queen. You need to message me your address so I can send you these infinity stones. You also need to message me your whatever it is on Amazon. I'm totally serious. Also, to be clear, I said this earlier and I'll say it again.
I scroll in.
My happiness, yeah, I'm dead ass Tashika. My happiness with Tashika is not dependent on her race. It's not dependent on who she is. It's not dependent on anything other than she keeps logical consistency. She brings massive productivity to conversations. And I think she seriously wants to get shit done. And I would argue that the reason why I was so excited for the person she is because after the live finished, exactly what I'm used to, which was like Allison's live that happened after, that's all I know from the left. So when Tashika was like the complete opposite of that, it didn't matter that it was it could have been anyone on the left who took Tashika's position. It just happened to be Tashika. I think I went down the Reddit rabbit hole, and I said this earlier in my live too. I went down your like Reddit rabbit hole, and I've come to find out that these people that try to end friendships with you, I think that they do it because they are soy level ultra. And I think one of them was literally like, I have to stop being friends with Tashika because she called me dumb. And I'm just like, wait. Yeah, because people were in the live were saying, well, Tashika has a habit of ruining every friendship she's in. And I'm just like, you mean that she becomes friends with people who are soft as fuck and just can't handle anything? And then they cry and ruin relationships because they're just soy as fuck? Sorry, like grow something or something. I don't know.
Yeah, people are way too sensitive these days.
Yeah. Someone said, well, that person should stop being dumb. Exactly. Like, I'm not gonna... I would be friends with Tashika, and she hates me. You know what I mean? And I don't care. I just enjoy the logical consistency and the desire for productivity that comes from her. And I also think it's really stupid that we become friends with people and then end our relationships with them because they said something we don't like. I just think that's dumb. Destiny said he's down to headline with her. Oh my god.
Whoa. No. Y'all are moving fast.
Yeah, I'll move fast with Tashika any day. Like, she's just consistent.
Tashika, that sound like a plan?
W Tashika.
No playing no games. I know Destiny's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Because we're different. Oh my God.
Yeah, I just wanted to come up and ask, like, do you guys genuinely feel like we made headway in conversation? Like, 'cause I still feel like we genuinely had a very good conversation.
Very.
Like, I think that's thing. It's just the only thing is that I am a little bit uncomfortable with just like even in my Discord and stuff like that, it is kind of tumultuous. Um, because of like a lot of you guys' past actions. And I think a lot of people are understandably wary. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's fine. But I don't know. Like, I think I would need time to think about it because like this whole thing has made like this, despite the fact that we had a good conversation, I think that whole thing and just the outcome has made me really sad. I don't like how when I disagree with people, they immediately like even when they're like my friend, like I don't care if they're like already in opposition. The way in which they immediately crash out publicly, I don't understand. And I think Allison really disturbed me in that work. I didn't even go live today. I think I'm just kind of disturbed right now.
Yeah, and rightfully so. And I want to let you know that, like, okay, for example, there are people who are going to have like problems with like my past or like Tom's past or like certain people's past. And this is what I appreciate about you is because you're like, okay, yeah, those are problems, but people are dying. And I think that you want to work towards places of productivity where I think like a lot of the critiques from people, whether they're valid or not, I don't think that they're centering the fact that this administration that we're under right now is dire, and we actually have to work together, whether we like each other or not, for the sake of saving actual people's lives and like feeding the homeless. Like, I don't care if you didn't like me, I would say, I'll pick you up right now and we can go buy $200 worth of groceries to feed the homeless people. And I would do that simply because I think we're both working towards a good common goal. And I always think that the benefit of that is going to trump people's these criticisms that these people have. I don't know. That's just my view on it.
Like when you say that you're sorry.
Well, I just want to say this, like I think the way people perceive you is important because that's going to determine whether or not they are willing to listen to you, right?
Yeah.
I think that there are some things that you guys should be more sensitive to, because there is a reason why people are sensitive to it. You know what I mean? Like, not even to say like jokes are illegal now, but I think there are like certain behaviors that you guys can like represent within yourselves that would put a bad taste in people's mouth for the same exact reason that I gave you last night, where it's like, oh, we're like allowing people into this space to have these conservative or alt-right views or behaviors. We don't want that over here. We want it to be safe because, again, on the left, there is typically a high amount of disabled people and queer people and other minorities, Black people, like all these groups. And when we have I think what people just don't want. I think people just want you to be more sensitive to these things. That's genuinely all it is, right? Like, even if, like, I think, like, even if deep down you think someone like Kyla, right? Like, even though she can use the R word, right? I think, like, how you react to these things or how you deal with these situations is important. I think that's what people want. You know what I mean? I think people just want you to be more sensitive to these things. And I think once you've shown that, you are more sensitive to these things, then I think people overall would be more likely to listen to what you guys are saying and be more likely to get on board with what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm hungover. So
I feel. I hopefully you're not stressing too bad. Hopefully you're not getting too much shit for last night. I don't. I don't. I like the shit that you take. I think I'm gonna personally say that I don't understand it, and that's only because I think like out of every single person who has talked to like say me or Z, we would all agree that you've been the most productive. So I don't understand why. Like you, I'm gonna say I don't think it's fair that you get criticized in that way when you've been the only person I think who's had an actual good faith conversation.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I think that's just what I'm focused on. I just want you guys to be. I think people's biggest issue is that they just want you guys to be a little bit more sensitive. Because I can't lie and say that I don't understand why you guys may have certain reactions because of the way in which people on the left can be very punitive. And it kind of pushes you to be more and more of like an edgelord. But I think that level of control while still maintaining your principles, I think people would respect that, right? Like I think it just shows off a level of maturity that attracts people. And obviously it's not going to attract everyone, right? All I want is for Z to feed homeless people. That's been like my main thing.
Based.
See if we can get some mental health partnerships, something. I don't know. That's really all I wanted out of it. But I'm kind of. I feel like I woke up and I'm just kind of sad. I think that's it.
No. I don't deserve to be sad. Like, I don't understand. It's always the most brilliant people that get shat on, and I just don't understand it. Like,
Well, people. I guess if people weren't here to witness the conversation, they might view it as like one main thing that I hear is like that I was like laughing along with you guys, but like because I'm funny, I'm laughing at my own jokes. And you know, it's I was saying that I just wanted you to feed homeless people. Like, I just wanted like some like connections. But yeah, I've this morning I've just been listening to like what people have been saying. And people think that we were all up here being like buddy buddy, even though like I told you to on a live several times and I called Mantis an addict. And like and then I think and people were bringing up some issues that they have with. Can I ask you a question, Mercedes?
yes, ma'am.
Why did you leave GAG?
I left Gag because these people kept bullying like 13-year-old and 14-year-olds online. So they would take like videos of, and I made videos contradicting them. So I started calling out members within Gag because they would like go and search the interwebs of TikTok to find like a poor 13-year-old who just started a TikTok channel, and they're like taking videos from this person's account. They might be running around on all fours with cat ears. There's 0 views on these videos. And then they would go stitch them and say like bring back bullying, and they would make fun of these people and encourage their following to go like make fun of them. And I thought that was absolutely atrocious. And I would stand up to them and I would say things like, no, this is not okay. And then they would call me weak, and they would say that I'm soy, and they would say that I'm that we need to bring back bullying regardless. And I never thought that was okay. I left Gag because they tried saying that Amani the boxer was trans, and they got into an argument with me, which Amani the boxer was from the 2024 Olympics. And I was like, it's one, illegal to be trans in her country. And then they started coming up with a conspiracy theory that the Algerian government picked out an intersex child from 20 years ago because they were going to champion her as the boxer to beat the 2024 Paris Olympics in 20 years. And that kind of shit just broke me, because people in Gag would send me pictures of cat litter boxes in supply closets and tell me to run with the story that children are taking craps in the classroom. And I would say, that's not true. And I would make a video countering that, saying, hey, do you conservatives really believe that? And they would say, like, they would all say in the comment sections, yes, we believe that. But the conservatives who were sending me these pictures, I would be like, do you know that this is not happening? And they would say, yes, we know it's not happening, but our followers don't, and we just need to get elected. They were just bullies. They just kept bullying people. They would go into like Reddit spaces and pull people's private photos where they were trying to compare each other's like post-op. And they would post that on their account, making fun of these people. The bullying, they just bullied people to oblivion, and it broke me.
Okay. Um, I understand that. I think a big thing that people are really concerned about is, and I think it's understandable, is like your overall stance on trans people, right? Um, and whether or not you think that this is a means of like grooming children, of which I would,
Wait, I mean, but like I think that like I think trans women are women.
right? But I think that's like what. I think what people are concerned about is like the grooming aspect, the predatory aspect of um like people within the LGBT grooming children.
Oh yeah,
Um
I disagreed with their approach on that.
what would you say, would you agree that trans people are like grooming kids?
No, the reason why I joined that group was because they were just a bunch of gay conservatives, and I was like, "Oh, this is family."
And you were a gay conservative at the
Yeah,
time.
that's the only reason I joined them.
I think you should make that clear. I think that's like a big thing that a lot of people have, cuz like when you talk about why you left, um it sounds like you left because you did care about people. Um like despite your conservative nature.
Yeah, I have those
So
videos to
yeah,
prove it. Like all my videos calling out the left for bullying people, like I have them, and I would send them to you anytime because I saved them
right,
because I was just so pissed that how they treated people over there that I
right.
left because I thought they were trash people.
Um, well, yeah, I do feel like bullies and under. I think it's just straight up hate.
Yeah, it is evil.
Yes, yes, yeah. So, I think after listening to what people were saying, like specifically like my Discord, I think that's a really, I think that's an understandable and big concern that people have. Um, and then there's like other stuff with like tomfoolery, but I haven't spoken to him about it because I don't have his what's it called, his contact information. Um, but yeah, I think like I think what people's issue is that it doesn't feel as though you have changed. I believe someone in my Discord talked about how um you had used the T slur
What like the
for
T
trans
slur?
people a couple months ago.
I mean, I don't think I ever did that. And if they have a recording of me doing it, I'd like to see it because
Right.
like, is the T slur like,
Like the T slur, like for trans people.
which one is that? Like,
Like
does it start with a Y?
no, it starts with a T and then it ends with Y.
Yeah, no, I don't say that. That's not it. That's just not a word that I say. I don't call people that ever. I mean, you'd have to pull it up. Like I could give you all my live footage if you want to go through it, but I don't. That's not something that I say.
Okay.
Even when I was a conservative, I did not call.
Okay.
Even when
Okay.
I was a conservative and made like gays against groomers videos because I was a content creator for them, you could even go through back through any of that footage, and I never called them that.
Hmm.
I don't call people. I don't even want to like. I don't call people that. I just
Yeah. I think in terms of, because again, like I said before, I think this type of communication is important. Obviously, you don't have to come out and be like, I disavow everything. You don't have to go through every syllable of every word that you've said and disavow it.
mhm.
It's just that that is the thing that I keep having be repeated to me.
I mean, okay, for example, like
Yeah.
Athena last night said that I said the N word. I've never said the N word. That's not in my vocabulary. I don't say that. I don't even say it like with a soft A. I just don't say that word at all. Partially because, because one, I think it's bad, but it's like I just have never like that's not in my vocabulary. I don't walk up to people. I don't know if it's I'm too country for that, but I just don't walk up to people and be like, "What's up, N word?" Like I'm not from the Bronx, okay? Like I don't know what
Jesus.
I don't know.
I don't think, yeah, like, I mean, like, if you genuinely didn't do these things, then, like,
I also don't say the R. Like, there's no videos of me saying the R slur. People like, oh, Mercedes said the R slur. No, Kyla said the R slur, and I sat next to Kyla saying the R slur, but I did not. So.
I think the main thing I typically hear is people saying that, like, you're okay with slurs. I don't know what that means, because, like, if, like, obviously, like, if you knew Kyla is a person that could say the slur, obviously I'm not going to expect for you to stop her from, like, you wouldn't, if we met in person and I said the N-word, you're not going to look at me like I'm crazy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can assume that you did the same thing for her,
Yeah.
despite that she got you laughed at.
Yeah. Twice.
Yeah.
On both accounts.
But yeah, like
Damn.
I'd understand that. Like, I think like I think there could be like a restructuring. I think if people will begin to notice that you guys are more sensitive to these, and obviously like I really don't want it to be like you guys are what's the word, walking on eggshells with people. Like I personally don't think that that's necessary. I think that wastes a lot of time. But I just think just showing through your basic actions that like this is not something that you're okay with, or it's nothing that you do personally. I think that's fine. I don't necessarily know what people mean when they say that you guys are okay with slurs, because like if you have like any marginalized group around you or any minority around you, you're gonna have to be okay with slurs because they're gonna use them. But yeah, like, and then there was another thing. I think I wish Tom was here because there was another.
Someone, Logix, are you able to? Do you have Tom's Discord?
Yeah, let me see what he's doing.
There was another thing that someone had brought up. What was it? There were. I'm sure you guys have seen it previously with Tom and his Discord. I think. Where it was like, he said something like black women should like someone said that black women were honest, and he was like, well, that's not always a good thing, that black women should let the white men speak, or that just like other things that optically look pretty questionable. I do believe the last part, like one of the more recent screenshots I saw, was like, I feel like that's obvious sarcasm. I think it was the one where he goes, obviously I'm your body, my choice thing. And I'm pretty sure that was obvious sarcasm. Whether or not it was in bad taste, I feel like it's a different conversation. But I don't think Tom ever would actually hold to that. Just never gave that. I like, obviously I feel like Tom does have like some rage baity misogyny.
He rages a lot.
Yeah. So it's just like edge bro shit. But yeah, like I think that's another thing that people are really, really concerned about. And I think that it would be of a great benefit to address these things if you genuinely don't actually hold to it. I think what people are looking for is just like a basic level of sensitivity to marginalized groups. That's all. I think that's all people are looking for.
Yeah, and I mean, like, but for example, like, my biggest frustration is, or my lack of sensitivity doesn't come from necessarily the marginalized groups themselves, but like, okay, when, like last night's live, some of the shit that was being said has been debunked or has been like conversed, or we've talked about these things and they're like, okay, Mercedes, we know you're not like this. I've had a lot of personal conversations with Allison behind the scenes. And then she goes and then just like dumps all of any progress we've made down the drain just so that her audience will explode. Or like, I don't know what she's doing, because me and Allison have had like hours of productive conversation. And then it's like she gets on live and she just throws it out the window. And that frustrates me a lot. And that's where I start losing my sensitivity, because it's like, okay, so if I'm a good person and I relate to how I feel, you're going to continue to mischaracterize me regardless because you just simply don't like me.
I personally believe that people like that typically are kind of at the behest of their audience. And if their audience doesn't like someone, it's probably within their best interest to also not like that person. Despite any kind of like cordial conversation that they've had. I don't think it really benefits anyone to, to talk about them. Again, if your goal is to like flip votes and get people to listen to you. Because again, like I said before last night, before you can flip votes, you need to flip a person's mind, and not just specifically about the votes, but by the policies and things that surround it. Right? When you change the social standing of a society, then the votes will follow. I think if we can focus on that, then that's I don't think we need to focus on people like Allison. They have a smaller platform. And, you know, over time, when things get serious for them, then, you know, then I feel like they'll understand more. Um, but, you know, I don't know why people do that. I just don't. I just can't. I can't tell you why they do that. Whenever I will have a good relationship with someone, and then I will disagree with them on one thing, and then, you know,
It goes to shit, and it's crazy. And I saw it on that Reddit for something called I forget the name of it, but there's a Reddit forum, and the whole thing is like just dogging on you. And
oh yes,
I'm hearing these people's experiences, and they're like, I hate she called me dumb, and I'm just like, you fucking little bitch. Like, what are you doing? Are you serious? Like, you thwarted progress because Tashika called you dumb? And the biggest frustration too was like when Allison, they were, I'm sorry, but last night they were pretending like you have no self awareness, that you don't have like your own brain and your own thoughts, and that you have zero autonomy over your own ideas. And it was like, oh, Mercedes and Z are trying to snatch Tashika up and use her as a body shield. And I'm just thinking to myself that, like, do you think Tashika's dumb? Do you think that Tashika doesn't have her own agency? And that was pissing me off because, like, whether you join our tour or not, whatever. I'm just happy that you are open to having conversations, and that makes me really happy. There's no desire to use you as a shield, and I think them even calling you a shield in the first place discredits your own intellect, and I think it's just bullshit.
oh yeah, I have had people call me that today, and it's like I understand what they're saying, but like it does still hurt, because like this is, I think I even had like a similar stance to to the first UFA event with all of those black people, because at that time I did feel like I did, and I actually still do, feel like there was a level of tokenization there, right? Specifically because I don't feel like any of the black people on the first tour brought anything new to the table. And like, because I wrote about this in my Substack, that like true diversity and true inclusion, it allows for different viewpoints and experiences to determine how a person poses a certain argument or what kind of conclusion they have, what revolution looks like to them. And what I saw in that first event was not diversity, right? Diversity is not about a picture having different colors on it. It's about the different worldviews that are there. And I just felt like everyone was just repeating the same thing and making the same arguments over and over and over and over again, right? And so that was my critique. And I feel like at that point, then that comes off as like, oh, these black people are just here to say that there were black people there.
Give me all three of these really quick. Yeah, and I get what you're saying, and I think that you have fair critiques, and I just think that the way you relay those critiques are just better because it's not. I just don't think you're coming from a place of destruction. Like, I think the critique that you had about, hey, we should spend a little bit of time on this tour showing that we care, that we're like really deep, we are deep seated in our care, and feeding the homeless, like spend some time before we even start debates, establishing the rapport,
Right.
and doing something good like that. I stand by that 100%. It's something that, like Z commented earlier, that's something that I do already. And I think bringing that to, I think that is a great critique, but you're able to say that without being like, oh, let's burn the tour down because you guys didn't feed the homeless in the last tour. And
I think it's fine to burn the tour down as long as you build something better. Like I don't think.
I mean, I agree. I think the last tour needed to be burnt down. I'm not gonna lie.
Like but that's. I mean, like, I just wish that there were people there that actually expanded the horizon. Like, I feel like the first tour would have actually gone a lot better if it was literally just Park and Redeem.
Well, we
I feel
didn't
like-
know what we were doing too, right? Sorry, guys, I'm vacuuming. My
Growing
husband's going like
pains.
mad hard vacuuming, but like that was a big part of the problem was that like we didn't know. We just assumed that everybody that did left content cared about electoral politics. Meanwhile, there was a group of them that literally went and got drunk while we were making content on campus. Like there were some people that were there for the right reasons, and some people that like. They just don't care about electoral stuff at all. Like black and white, by the way. Like there were definitely like a group of them that just came for a free trip, and it sucked because we were like, and then they came back and not just went for a free trip, but then like went and talked shit after we gave them a free trip while they went and got drunk the whole time. And by the way, they were like embarrassingly drunk. Like it wasn't like, oh, I'm just going to go get a drink. Like they came back to campus like visibly drunk in front of everybody.
Well, on top of this, I'd argue like the difference with this tour versus the last tour. Like Dean and Parker, they wanted the first class tickets, and then they wanted like a shit ton of money, and that money got lowered to like $75,000 each. Where like Destiny is like, yo, I'm just gonna come do this shit for free because
$75,000 each.
or 7,500. Sorry. 7,500. 7,500.
No, but Dean was dead ass asking for 30 grand in cash.
Yeah.
Cash.
Yikes!
I was
Not,
for
he
one
was like,
event?
yeah, just bring an envelope with 30K
Wait,
cash.
for one event or for like the whole tour?
For one of them.
No, for one stop. So we basically said, he goes, oh yeah, the first
Z,
one
there's no way.
No,
he did.
Yep. Like the first stop, he was like, yeah, I'll do it for 7,500 and we could do it like, you know, through like Zelle or whatever. And then he was like, if I'm going to go to Wyoming on the next stop, which was like right next to where we were anyway, he's like, I'm going to need 30,000 in cash.
Yeah. But then
after
it's like,
that,
I'm not gonna lie, that's some baller ass.
yeah, and then Destiny, and then like Destiny is just like, yo, I'll come do this shit for free. And it's like the difference between a lot of the creators we have now is even like I've been trying to, I'm like, see, I will do this to save money. I'll empty the storage unit and like store stuff here. Anything that we can do to save money, because this next level of creators, we just care about saving people's rights. Versus like the last tour, there was creators who demanded an open like fucking bar so that they could drink on the expense of the pack. They wanted like the fucking $30,000 settled for $7,500. They wanted first class plane tickets, and it's just like, do you care? Do you really care? Like people are dying, Kim, and you want to fly first class? That's crazy.
Well, it's what was I gonna say again? I totally forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I feel like Destiny just does it for the love of the game, but
Destiny wouldn't even like let us buy
with Dean and like, Parker. That was the hope was you guys want to do this right now. I'm not saying that if you're gonna ask for money, I guess, but Jesus Christ, like.
Well, let me stick up for Parker a little.
Dude,
I'm gonna stick up for Parker
30
just a
grand
little
for one event is so. But I can't even be mad at it. Like,
no, seriously, it's a grift for real. But like Parker, in Parker's defense, at least he was like he was gonna do it for free before Dean basically bullied him into not.
Yeah, it is what it is. But I think, well, you know, like again, I think you guys can do all of these things. And I wouldn't be opposed to like trying again with you guys if there were some very big changes. I think the way that we present ourselves is important. I think the way that we react to pushback is important. I just think all of these things are important. Like I think if the optics are not fixed, then you know, it's just always going to leave a bad taste in people's mouth. I think any rational person would want for these things to improve. Like, I don't think that you guys should be Republican light or conservative light.
How do you feel about people that like the reason I like this tour is because I don't like the soy shit. And I feel like there's a lot of people like that. So how do you get those people?
Well, I spoke about this before. You shouldn't use the word soy. Like, I feel like there are other words that we can use to describe. Because again,
well, you know what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Even if leftists don't necessarily know what the word soy means, they still know that it's something negative, and they still know that it's emasculating, and it alludes to them being like stupid. And I don't think people are going to. I
don't think it's stupidity.
Well, that's how they're going to perceive it. Doesn't matter what you mean, right? So like, if people are like, you know, if people are going to be perceiving it that way, then they have no reason to listen to you, because to them, you are just coming off as Republican light or conservative light. But and that's why we saw like Kamala Harris lose, because she kept doing that shit, right? If you're just going to pose yourselves as very close, I'm saying that as someone who worked on the campaign. If you're going to pose yourself as someone who is like ideologically close to these conservatives who don't care about gay people, who don't care about trans people, who don't care about black people or any other marginalized group, then they're not gonna you guys need to have there be a difference. You saying that you're leftist or that you want people to vote Democrat is not enough. You have to display these things like ideologically, right? So like so when we're looking at like, you know, tomfoolery, acting a fucking fool in his Discord and saying and like possibly saying like racist shit, or fucking Mantis straight up spamming the N-word, right? That is not gonna make you guys look good, right? Like I don't like Mantis and I don't disagree on a lot of things. The bitch is so crazy. Like you know what I mean? Like I think there are better ways. I just don't think there's going to be that much of a benefit in attracting like conservatives over here by displaying certain behaviors, because the people who you guys end up attracting may be people who are not willing to change. It may be people who are not willing to care about these groups, because again, you need to care about these groups to win elections. You do.
My only pushback on that, so like, okay, so for example, Destiny. I'd say
I
Destiny.
thought they were. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My only pushback is, okay, so like Destiny, I'd say like he does what I'm doing here, but like to a 10 times level. Like that guy says words that I would never say. He says things that I would never say, but I know like optically he'll never change. So like he's the headliner of the tour, and he's over here talking about like unalived kids in the Texas floods, making jokes about it, right? So he takes like these really, really like these stances that I think majority of people are like, holy shit. But like optically he'll never change, because, for example, that way that he operates is the reason why I looked at Destiny and I was like, holy shit, like I'm gonna change because I think you're cool. I think you have like edgelord powers, and it's the only reason I came over here. I felt comfortable coming over here was because of Destiny's ability to be like, hey, these people on the left, we're not all like that. And it's almost like he just didn't give a shit about catering to the left. He gave his entirety of shits to give from pulling conservatives over. So my only thing is like when we talk about like changing optically, my answer like what would you do about Destiny?
Well, I don't think we need to do anything about Destiny, right? Like I think like my thing is I don't think you need to copy Destiny, right?
No, I want to. I want to. But
I feel like the pact overall, I don't feel like you should represent yourselves as. I'm sorry, I'm walking throughout my house. If the echo changes, because I'm in my kitchen.
You're doing good.
But like, you don't need to like the entire pact and the vibes of the pack doesn't need to like exemplify Destiny's vibe, right? You guys can still talk about how you care about these people. And again, I know people who have like debated Destiny before. Not once have they said that he is Nazi adjacent. And I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy how like, despite the way in which he presents himself, people still don't get a certain vibe from him, right?
I mean, the only pushback I'd have against that is like our comment sections railed.
Well, like, the comment sections are different. Yeah. I'm talking about people who have been sitting across from him.
Yeah, right? And I don't think like most people who sit across from me would call me like Nazi adjacent. I think a lot of it is, or Yahtzee adjacent. Oh my god, sorry. But I think like a lot of my issues, like people talk to us and then they're like, oh, these people actually care and they want to fight for us. But it's trying to get away from the people who do perpetuate those comments or do come and spam these lives or do like pull the Allison cards. I think that those people are like cancers to our party.
Well, we don't have to focus on them. I still find those people to be a minority. I just feel like the internet just concentrates it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, what I'm talking about in the context of Destiny, I don't think Destiny needs to change, nor do I think you guys need to do anything about him. Like, I don't see how you guys can't use him as a funnel. If Destiny is holding people who would have been conservative by the balls, right? If he's holding them with his rhetoric and his behavior, I don't see how you guys can't, like, also start massaging them a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see how you guys can't start slowly funneling them to over time. Like, they already agree with the progressive policies. Okay. They already hate Trump. Very good. They don't like Republicans. And then slowly, we can keep massaging these people. And I feel like over time, We can.
That's why I want to pair up with people like you. So, for
And
example,
Kyla.
like I have
Kyla
zero.
does massage Destiny a lot.
Well, yeah. So
Oh, God.
for example, I am probably the most like conservative leaning liberal of the group. I take like a lot of Destiny's approaches on things, and then I'd argue like Kyla is a toned down version. Like she's like, "Yo, Destiny, this is some wild shit that you're saying." And then, for example, but reaching out to like, okay, Anne is leftist, or like pretend if you joined us, people could listen to me and then realize that I am like that first step, and then they see that I'm cool with Tashika, so that they trust my opinion. So then they go follow Tashika because they're like, okay, well, if Mercedes likes Tashika and I like Mercedes, then I like Tashika, and then you have that capability of massaging them further. And that's what I think the whole point of getting like a free market of ideas within this tour is, that we have the chance to move people even further left. Me and Destiny can sit there and grab the balls of those who don't want to necessarily move all the way left, but there's going to be plenty of people who say, okay, Mercedes is, I like Mercedes' rhetoric now, but now I think I want to move a little bit further, and then that's where I pass them off to people like Tashika. So
Well,
I think
they don't
that
even necessarily need to say anything. It's just a matter of like, I feel like we should strive to keep these things as organic as possible. Like, if like this conservative adjacent person, they find Destiny, and then it's like Destiny, yeah, like Destiny is working with these other people. If they see our content and just see how they differ, or even seeing how we interact with each other, having the representation of people with these different vibes and aesthetics interact also help a lot as well. Like, I think all of this can work.
that's why we need you.
I don't think it needs to be like a, you know.
The right
Yeah.
does it. That's for sure. Like the right is all there. There's so many spectrums of people, but yeah, I'll also send you, Tashika. The Kyla and Destiny did a live the other night, and she was giving it to him. She was like, optically, sometimes like you're dumb, like
Right.
you know. And I think that that's important because like sometimes we do have to hold people accountable for like.
But see, this is what I like about Kyla and Destiny is they were at each other in that
They were
debate.
screaming.
Yeah,
like-
but at the end of the
Have
day,
a common
yeah.
goal.
But at the end of the day, they're still best friends. So it's like
Right.
that's what is so powerful, is they can completely disagree and then just be like, okay, we don't agree on this, but we need to get the next election won because people are dying.
Right. I think you guys can do that. I think like representation, people with these different types, like if you're on the same side but you have different views on things, I think the representation of how these two sides interact with each other, it can be really good. I think that can bring all of these different sides together. What I was worried about with you guys is that you were being consumed by conservatives.
Oh,
You never want that. You never want to be consumed within conservative spaces, because then they're just going to hijack you. Like, we all know that these people are really good at rhetoric. They have a monopoly over every form of media. Like, you genuinely do not want that.
I agree.
So yeah, like I think all of these can work. I would love to see that conversation. Where is that at? What is Kyla's YouTube?
It's
Yeah,
on
I'll
Carla's
send it to
page.
you.
It's on Destiny's page.
Yeah, Destiny just put it up. It
It's
was
like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What were they
But,
even
like,
debating about?
They were
Destiny,
debating
Destiny was
about
on
his joke.
Destiny was on trial for his edginess.
yeah,
Yeah.
he like I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
if you
good that
heard,
someone
but
talked to him about it. That's good.
he just recently like put out a tweet that was a little crazy about the Texas kids, and like it's been making its way around like mainstream media. So Kyla's whole point was like, Asmongold would probably talk to you if you weren't such an ass and like you were better a little bit optically, and he disagreed with that. So it was an interesting debate. It was good.
And I agree with Kyla in that stance. Like, I agree that sometimes Destiny closes doors because he just like
It could be a bit inflammatory.
It's
Yeah,
like,
he'll-
yeah, like we all would have been fine without that joke, but I'm not sending him up the river for it. It's
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
I
and
mean,
Destiny,
the
like
only
Destiny
reason
made
you
it
would need to
great.
send him up the river for it if he was fucking like completely unreasonable. Like, but I don't
Yeah.
think he's ever shown himself off to be unreasonable. And if he can take a couple hits, then that's like good.
Yeah.
Um,
He made a good point though. Like Destiny's whole point was like, listen, Alex, like, because the thing is, mostly the right has come for him on this, like, not even the left. And he's like, listen, that's so hypocritical when Alex Jones literally made a whole career out of making fun of dead kids, right? Like, so
Sandy
much so
Hook,
that like
Sandy
the
Hook,
parents, yeah, so much so that the parents literally had to sue him for everything he was worth.
It's like these people's actions in real life are harming people, and then he makes a joke because of bad policy, and it's like, how dare you? It's like, are you just? That's why I'm kind of like, I can't just be that mad
Yep.
because it's like, y'all are in real
They
life
hold us.
harming people.
Yeah, like if the left was coming at him, fine, whatever. But like the right, like y'all, please, like y'all guys make jokes so out of pocket that you literally fund people's entire careers off of dead kid jokes.
I mean, they were
It's
calling
crazy.
like Tim Walls' son the R slur. Look, let's
Yeah.
actually do so. Like,
Yeah.
I get that, but like, I still. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like to me that just sounds like whataboutism. Like, just because these other people are building career, like we all agree that these people are like dumb, stupid idiots, right? Like, I don't think you get to like once you've called a person like one of these dumb, stupid idiots that you get to like exemplify the same dumb, stupid idiot behavior, you know? So I feel like that is a little bit hypocritical. If he does care about these
The
things.
hypocrisy is them, right? It's not to say Destiny's not doing it because he thinks they shouldn't do it. He's doing it to expose their hypocrisy. If you get what I'm saying. It's not like he's morally grandstanding them. They're the ones doing it once he's exposing how their behavior is.
It just didn't land right.
He's doing it. He's doing. I mean,
Yeah.
he's trying to. Yeah, he's trying to take a strategic approach of baiting these people into showing their asses.
Fine, I'm trying to find a tweet.
Which kind of worked. I mean, to be honest, it kind of worked on Pierce Morgan because I think like Kyla definitely owned him in that debate, but on Pierce Morgan, like he definitely drove his point home on it.
Oh, and not only that, the other time he did it, remember, I don't know if y'all saw where he was talking about Iman Khalif, and he's like, what are you going to do what if we get to the point that women start being unalived in a boxing ring? He said, when does that happen? And Pierce was like, well, it might. He said, how many women have been unalived because of these abortion bans? And Pierce didn't have an answer. It's like, exactly. Like, you sitting there talking about women being hurt, and then you're ignoring the policy that's implemented that's actually harming women. Meanwhile, you're talking about boxing. It's like...
That's straight up facts. I mean, straight up.
Yeah, I mean, if he cares about optics, then I wouldn't see an issue with him having like, you know, a second party to tell him about optics.
Well, Kyla definitely did. That's for sure.
Damn. I would.
They was at each other's throat.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, honestly. I was kind of worried after that. I was like, damn.
They do that all the time.
He leaves the pack immediately.
But that's what I love. That's what I love is like they were able to do that and then just be like, all right, love you, bye. You know, like everyone's able to just leave and just be like, anyways, we're on a mission here, so let's keep going. I love
I feel
that.
like we all disagree. Like, I feel like everybody in our group disagrees because some of us are really far left, like extreme far left.
Z disagrees with me on a lot of shit.
Probably
Z's
90%, honestly.
Yeah, but Z's like,
Damn, like what? I don't feel like we've said anything that was crazy.
I take...
He didn't. He really didn't. I feel like Destiny gets a lot of bad rep sometimes for things that are like not that insane.
I just think he can be a little bit inflammatory, and that's why I think people just aren't inclined to listen to him. I also think they're the main thing of like his use of slurs. But isn't he autistic? I wouldn't care.
He is.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah.
Yes, and it's more prevalent in person for sure.
And then and then there. Oh my God! I actually have met Destiny in person.
Oh really?
Really?
Oh,
It was when we were on.
Oh yeah.
It was when we were on Jubilee, and literally right after we had walked out of the studio.
You was on Jubilee?
Holy shit!
Yes.
It was right after we had gotten out of the studio, and Destiny pulls up like immediately after we're sitting outside. We were like all planning to go get drinks, and I was like already really excited. I was like, "Oh my God, is that Destiny? How can I get a picture?" He just like stares. He just gives me the most blank stare I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Which Jubilee were you on?
Oh my God.
Surrounded.
That was it was a surrounded episode with Ben Shapiro. That shit was so fucking funny.
Oh,
My
Ben
god.
Shapiro.
Wait, was
Sure.
Destiny one of the surrounded? He was like one of the
Yeah.
25?
Yeah, he
Oh,
took,
shit.
he was like the Democrat versus Republicans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, Destiny? Oh, he wasn't on that Surrounded, but y'all recorded the same day.
Yeah, we recorded on the same day, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't remember Destiny in
right,
that, but yeah.
Right after we were finished recording, all the Republicans came in, and they were all like waiting outside.
Guys, we got to do Jubilee.
So you went
Together,
against,
all
so
of us.
you went against Ben Shapiro.
And we need Tashika with us on the Sean Mike Kelly. We need to bring Tashika to Digital Social Hour. That would be.
What does he even talk about? I've tried to watch his live.
It depends on what. Like we could talk about our positions and be like, hey, we want to like usher in left wing policy, or he'll set up debates. It's whatever we want.
And we should also do Brian Shapiro the same day.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Brian definitely wants us on. Like he said, he was like, you guys can come on like once a month, like whatever you guys want. So, and he's got like 200K listeners, so that would be great for us.
I think with Destiny, okay, what do people not like about Destiny? Obviously, we're talking about inflammatory nature, but I think also the other thing is that the Israel thing.
Yeah, he's very pro-Israel. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people in our party like that too. Like even at AOC,
Yeah.
like I've been seeing like stuff about AOC circulating today. People are super pissed off because apparently MGT and like Jasmine Crockett and like the squad all got together to like vote against the weapons, like $500 million going to Israel, and AOC is opposing it now. And people are just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I hate Israel, but
I mean, I've listened to some of his debates, and I think it's crazy because I think we do cross lines in each other's stances, because I also have had people come up on my live and I would ask them, and it's so crazy that I heard Destiny ask the exact same question, where it was like, okay, like Israel loses, they get dissolved, where do Jewish people go? Or like, where do like the Israelis go, right? But no one's ever able to like answer that question. Like,
yeah, he wants to. Yeah. His whole thing is centering solutions. So he's mad because like his position is, okay, we understand that there's a problem here, but people's solution to this is to like put flags in their bio and then start protesting in America. But he's like, can we actually start talking about genuine solutions? And whenever he brings up the reality of the matter of like, well, we can't just dump, Jews, over here, or we can't just do this, then people start screaming, you hate Palestine. And he's just like, whoa, that's not what I'm trying to do at all. I'm just trying to center solutions. And I take a general same position. Like, obviously, I absolutely despise Bibi Netanyahu. Like, I just think that the guy's absolutely evil. But I understand that there's a people of Israel that can't just be... We can't just like we can't just it's hard. So he really pushes, I think, for like a two-state solution. He just wishes more people would talk about that solution instead of being performative.
It's because neither side wants it, so everyone just goes, whatever,
Yeah, and they force you to pick a side.
He's like a Bernie Sanders stance on it, I think.
I've listened to his debate. I specifically listened to his debate with oh my god, I keep forgetting his name, Mark Lamont Hill. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, he loved that debate. He loves it too.
So yeah, I thought that was a really good one. I think a lot of people's issues, and that ended up being a lot of people's issues with me as well. Sorry, my bird is like freaking out. Be quiet. So but yeah, I think it's because again, I feel like we talked about this again last night, where it's like when you open up certain conversations, and you don't account for things like the optics of what you're saying, how you're saying it, and when you're saying it, a lot of the time, it can either be co-opted by people who are really bad, or people are afraid that it can lead into that. And I feel like what a lot of people's issue with Destiny is that when he is talking about this whole thing, that it comes off as if he's speaking very callously about the loss of 60,000 lives. And that, and by virtue, when he's talking about the safety of like Israelites, or is it Israelites still, or Israeli? I don't fucking know.
Regardless.
when he's talking about like the lives of like Israeli people, it comes off as like, oh, he places one above the other, right?
I think Destiny wouldn't be so callous if, like, for example, it's pretend you took a stance that was, I think, productive. You said, hey, I want to center solutions over here, and then you got a bunch of pushback in your Discord. Destiny will say something that is just like base level logic, and then half the internet is like, you want all people to unalive. So he just gets so tired of constantly being told that he wants those things that he becomes callous, and he's like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. And I think it's like, if we could change the culture of the left to actually not just react emotionally to things, but to realize we're trying to center solutions, that like I would have a lot more grace for these people, or like I know Destiny would have a lot more grace. Instead, it's just when you have good intentions, but you're always being mischaracterized, you almost just be like, okay, I'll fulfill that mischaracterization then.
Well, like, that if it is the case that like his bluntness comes off like that way because of like if he has that type of autism, then I would understand like the just like the fucking how frustrating it is. It's just that like again, this issue that we have on the left with like people's like reactivity to things. I don't think anyone's ever going to react positively or calmly within the context of like tens of thousands of people getting unalived. And I do think that it is still our responsibility as public figures to constantly still maintain the stance and not just concede to terrible things, right? Even if it's like sarcastic, like even like what I was telling you last night, where I was like, you shouldn't just concede that you're stupid, even when you're being sarcastic, right? Because people will use that against you. You know what I mean?
It just like you get so tired that you just don't even care. So like for example, I have I have spent the past since August of last year fighting for this side, really like pushing out content that tries to like elevate the side's messages, talking to people, getting out there, going to protests. I do a lot of like feeding the homeless. That's something I've always done even when I was a conservative. And it's like I will do that for months and months and months. There will be hours of that type of content, and then I have a 2-second clip with older millennial, and then all of a sudden every kind of amount of progress that I've ever made they throw out the window. So it becomes so irrational, the standards that these people on the left hold, that I just have the inability to care anymore. So I just like, even though I know, like you say, that maybe I should care, it's even if I did care, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I say that I'm not MAGA over and over and over again, then they'll say, no, we know you're MAGA, or we just want you to be MAGA, or bet 6 months you put on a MAGA hat. Then I'll just come out and be like, yeah, fuck it. If you want to say that about me, sure. And then I'll say something edgy like, like, just I'll say something just like, edgy about it. And then people will get upset, and then they'll be like, we told you she loves Donald Trump. That's what you wanted. That's what you just pushed me to do. You just pushed me to say that, even though I don't believe that. It's just you spent hours and hours and hours telling me that no matter what I did to prove to you that I am fighting for the side, that I don't deserve to fight for the side, and that I should be a Trump supporter. And then you like acquiesce to their mischaracterization, and then they scream like, we told you. And it's just like, help me.
Hold on, let me put some water in my bird's thing real quick. Hold on.
No, you're good.
I feel like there's some topics we all agree on, though. Like, we all agree on wealth inequality. We all agree on pro-choice. Like, we all agree on the issues that actually are the most impactful. And then I feel like there's disagreements on, like, Palestine, Israel. There's disagreements on, I don't know, what else do you think? Like, phone policing.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, here's my thing. I think, because I have been struggling with that myself for a long time as well. I have a lot of, business people in my family. I have 4 sisters. And all of these women are very successful. And so sometimes I go to them for advice on how I should operate. Right. I have like my niece, she's older than me. She's like 27, 28. She's a fashion designer, I am my whole life been surrounded by very successful women. And I go to them a lot and I ask them like, hey, like, what do I do about this? And I think maybe you guys could employ this as well, is just, set your sights to where you want to be. If you want to be around like these politicians, and you want to be around these like bigger debaters and bigger leftist people, you need to set your sights on that. And sometimes you can't always center your audience and what your audience wants, because they're not always going to understand. They're not always going to understand the bigger
Agreed.
picture.
I think you're in that position right now.
Yeah.
They're not always going to understand the bigger picture, because even if they watch you and they spend a lot of time with you, it doesn't mean that they're actually experiencing and making the decisions that you'll have to make. And sometimes you are going to have to decenter them for a second to shoot higher than where you are. And so, like, I think you guys should do that too. I know, like, a lot of time you're always going to get pushback. You're always going to get pushback from certain audiences. But, like, I don't think that's, like representative of, like, most leftists. I don't think most people are going to have an aversion to a lot of the things that you guys are talking about. I think I think the issue that people have with you, or, like, the broader issue, is simply that you're putting voting before social change. And I think people just want you to flip that. And I think if you do that, then, like, a lot more people would be able to follow it. Because at that point, it'll be like undeniable, positive results of your work. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I think we can do both. Like, I mean, remember during the civil rights movement, like Stokely Carmichael, like a big part of like what him and his side group were doing was like voter registration efforts. It was the electoral piece. And then there were people like Angela Davis, and there were people like that were working more on like the cultural aspect of things. But ultimately, like, they were all working together without the internet, which is fucking wild to me. I like don't even understand how they did that. But they were all working together essentially to make that cultural shift. So there are people in our group that, like, honestly, I don't even think care about the electoral piece that much, right? Like Robbie is definitely here
only
for
like, social.
Yeah. Like for like the counterculture, right? Like that's like his whole thing. And like we want people in there too. Like that's why like on the first tour we invited Hannah. She didn't even vote, which is not like we obviously like highly disagree with. She admitted that she did the wrong thing, and we were like, okay, like come on tour with us, because we want to have leftists in too. Like we want to have leftists, we want to have people that just like Mercedes that just flipped like pretty recently. And I think it's working because like the far right people like Athena, right, who we've had like serious disagreements online. I mean, we've like come at each other's throats online, and for them to walk in and be like, yeah, I felt comfortable, like I don't think all like Democrats are crazy. That's a good thing, I think.
It's a good start in getting, and even if they themselves don't listen to the message, because obviously they're conservatives, they make money doing this, they're probably not going to switch. But so many of Athena's followers have come over to my platform and they're like, hey, I came from Athena and I'm now following you. And I'm just like, holy shit.
Holy shit. The video just popped up on my YouTube.
Oh, the Kyla one?
Kyla, yeah.
Yeah,
I swear these apps be listening to us.
If you haven't done that before, go outside and make some friends.
Oh, damn. From the
He's
touch
like,
grass?
go
That's
outside and
crazy.
make some friends.
Based,
From
Kyla.
the touch grass?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's not the first time though. Like they have had some really big arguments, but they always friends.
Oh my god, Destiny's face. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So bad. That's so sad.
That's what I like about them, though. It's like there are some of those people that they're what I want on the left. Like the fact that Tashika can be like, hey, let's build some power, and like also I hate you, Mercedes. I'm like, based.
So Shika, you said something that I wanted to ask you, but I didn't get a chance to earlier. When you said that people in your community are, I forgot the word you used, but basically you're saying that they're a little wary of you working with UFA or whatnot. Like,
Right.
what do they think is gonna happen? Like,
Tashika's gonna turn into a base lord and start like.
I think again, and I have to repeat myself. I think it is just the slip into this aesthetic conservatism, even if I have like progressive policy. I don't. I think people. I think people just don't want that. And because I understand how people would see like over time it comes off as like complacency. And I just wanted to make it clear, even though it's like a little bit difficult, that like if I am choosing to, like, you know, take time to talk to you guys and you say something that I fucking disagree with, I'm going to say that I disagree with you. But I think with people, and we're gonna get into a heated discussion. Like, you guys have never seen me hold my punches. That's why we had a problem with each other in the first place, right? So I think like the issue is that I think a lot of people are just, you know, they just don't want me to be like another, I wouldn't say like Candace Owens, but like they don't want me to get used by you guys.
Oh, hell no.
And I think that's understandable. Like, if they think that you guys are like untrustworthy and you only talk about Black people when it's, helpful to you, then I would understand that. But if I hope that that's not actually how you see me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
there's Tashika's gonna join the UFA tour, and then Tashika's gonna change her closet into a bunch of camo and go on a hunting trip with Mercedes.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I think they think I'm gonna bust out and fucking.
I'm gonna put you on the back of my horse, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, these are conservatives."
I'm gonna bust out in full UFA tour merch and advertise on my account. You know what I mean? And I
merch, Tashika.
We're gonna to see you in a UFA shirt. I mean, that's kind of based.
Jesus.
But don't you think, like, long term, that it's not good? Like, it's not good to be audience captured. Because, like, look at Dean, for example, right? Like, I think that he thinks that, like, what he did was, like, really based and, like, his audience really cares. But I feel like more people had disagreements with him because they knew that it wasn't, like, genuine. Like, that wasn't really his position. He was just pressured into.
Who is that? Logic's mute.
Sorry, no, that was me. My dog.
No.
Fucking crazy.
I'm like, I ain't got a dog.
Oh, okay,
but like, I don't know. Don't you think that? Like, I feel like it's like good short term, but like long term, it sucks.
Yes. And I think that's what's happening to. I think that's what Dean is realizing now. Like,
but he can't escape it.
I think things like that can really eat a platform alive, because, you know, like, people are gonna value, you know, their audience, because that's what determines whether or not they get fucking paid that day, or, you know, or like not maintaining their platform is, you know, gonna hurt them significantly. I understand that, like, as someone who does the exact same thing, but I think, and I heard someone else say this, I think a lot of the time people are really, really scared of their audience. And I don't think it should be like that. Like, I think that, like, if it is the case that, like, Dean ended up having some kind of genuine conviction, I don't think that he should be afraid to tell his audience that. Like, ever. I don't think that should ever be the case. And if he's not able to tell them when he's having some moral conviction, then, like, there needs to be a huge, and I mean huge, restructuring of like his base. You know, I think that's common sense.
And I think that that's where he's at right now, which is frustrating because, but even like him or like almost all of the leftist TikTok creators or left wing or like Democrat, whatever, they've put themselves in this position where they have to take all the same positions and they can't stray from like a certain set of ideas, because if they do, if it's not the common take, or if they take a hot take on anything, all of a sudden they're being, not only are they getting canceled by their own audience, but the rest of the leftist or left-wing influencers have now outs them, told them we can't talk anymore, and then starts making videos about them, telling everyone else to unfollow them, and it turns into like an entire debacle of not only are these people audience captured in sake of like their own paychecks from their own audience, but also out of fear, like as the other people in the left-wing ecosphere have decided to turn against them and try to get them all, you know, deplatformed as well. So it's vicious.
What left-wing ecosphere? Because I feel like Destiny is a counter, or like Destiny's existence is a counter argument.
Yeah, but Destiny is also hated by every single person on the UFA tour.
Right,
not this installment, but the last.
Right,
installment.
but doesn't he still make fucking bank? Doesn't he still have?
He does over.
Like
yeah.
I mean, Destiny's been on the internet so long.
Yeah. And I'd
It's
also
different.
argue that's like the YouTube space, but the problem with the
Yeah.
YouTube space is the YouTube space is really great at maintaining like that 30-plus-year-old base, but we have a bunch of new cats who are coming into the scene and their entirety of opinions are formulated off of short form content that comes from like TikTok or like the Facebook shorts or like, I mean, God forbid, but like Instagram shorts. And as a result, they stay to YouTube, and the reason why they stay to YouTube is because they are like, the people on TikTok are fucking they're soy psychos, and as a result, they just stay over there. Versus like I'm over here fighting these positions because I am the only person on the left that I know that has a larger platform who takes this position because I think it's really sad that there's a bunch of younger kids who are believing the culture war because the YouTubers won't come over here and fill that gap because they don't want to deal with the soy psychos. So like Destiny, yes, is a counter to that, but the problem is like when we take this platform, for example, versus YouTube, then we see a difference. Like, yes, him and a lot of left-wing creators over in the YouTube spaces are really great at maintaining authenticity because they aren't having an issue with audience capture. They're not audience captured. But that's YouTube, and that's an older crowd versus the new kids over here, or like even conservatives. We've left a void of people who aren't authentic in their beliefs, and then conservatives are seeing that, and they think the conservatives are winning the culture war on the front of short form content because there's nobody like this over here fighting otherwise until the UFA tour came about, the second installment.
Yeah, I wouldn't see Destiny coming to TikTok. Again,
he tried.
He tried. I just think he's like so like I'm trying to get. Kyla has a TikTok. I'm trying to get Kyla more on roll for making short form content, and like she wants to help break me into the YouTube space, but because I talked to her and she's like, yeah, I get what you're saying. Like we have a problem with younger voters who are basing their entirety of opinions off of short form content in which right wingers dominate. And then the only voices on the left are people who are entirely audience captured and can't. It looks so scripted and fake all the time. It looks like performative outrage so that you can stay in line with the popular opinion. And it
like the
turns
whole
so
thing
many
with
people
Starbucks,
off.
right?
Oh
like
my God.
Like that was like
when I found out they weren't on the list, I was like, oh.
But Dean, literally, I mean, this is when we talk about that performative outrage. I don't give a fuck if I went and grabbed it. I don't drink Starbucks simply because I don't drink coffee. But if I were to go grab Starbucks and take a picture of it, I'm not thinking any differently. I just don't give a shit. I'm authentic. Whereas like Dean literally ordered Starbucks and then forced the UFA team to go put it in another cup for him so that he could preserve optics. And I'm just like,
Yeah, that's insane.
And the other thing
always
that's
been
crazy
very
too is that like when Dean and Destiny had that like short debate and Destiny was like, what is the like worst thing I've ever said? And Dean couldn't come up with a single fucking thing. Anybody on the UFA tour, we could all come up with the craziest thing Destiny said. I promise you that. Like,
yeah.
And Dean couldn't even come up with one thing. He was like, oh, you know, Palestine and Israel. And Destiny was like, well, what did I say about Palestine and Israel? That was really bad. And he was like,
I hate that. Stop. I'm sorry. I cringe every time.
And his Discord was telling him that. His Discord was like literally giving him the answers, and he still like couldn't even.
I cringe every time because like, it's oh my God. Why can't people just say that it comes off as if he doesn't care about life? I don't know why people can't just say that. It's not even that what he's saying is incorrect. Most of the time, he's just referencing like international law. Why can't people just say that they don't like how callous he is about human life, brown human life? Why can't we just say that?
Because you got to make him a villain.
That would have been the easiest answer.
but I think a lot of like Dean's positions again are rooted in like the continuation of like performative outrage and performing for an audience captured type of setting. Like I don't think he even cares about half this shit, considering he was willing to go to dinner with Destiny in the first place, and then immediately denounced it when he found out his voter or his following base was upset about that, and then he wanted to pretend like he found these things out about Destiny. Destiny's internet footprint is fucking diabolical. You cannot tell me you did, and the fact that I know, like Dean, his entire abortion debate is built off of Destiny's debate. Like
Most of
he
what
has,
is debate.
yeah, he's admitted to building almost the entire structure of a lot of his debate topics off of Destiny and watching his content extensively. So to pretend like you just didn't know any of this and only decided to get upset about it when your audience pushed
Yep.
back, that's so performative.
And it
And
was
then
so,
Parker
and it's
too.
blatantly obvious because it's like there was no bad blood after that. Then stuff started coming out. It's like, oh yeah, well he's a bad person. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, he was just doing that because Destiny was sticking up for us. And then, like, Parker will just, like, walk into any fire that Dean fucking starts. Like, even with the whole thing with calling CPS, like, Parker was like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Dean's great.
yeah, you got
Like,
no because it's kind of embarrassing because he made a whole tweet saying you guys are just jealous that he has impact.
I
It's
know,
like,
I
bro,
I
saw
saw
what?
that. I
that.
saw that.
I said, are you
That
kidding
was
me?
weird.
That was
That
so.
was so.
That was so.
I
silly.
said, and not only that, what makes it worse is the way they did Harry after he was in some mess. You
Thank
ditch
you.
Harry for being a straight guy, and you stick up for him calling CPS on somebody on TikTok. That's insane to me. You didn't call
Yeah.
him out for that, but you disown Harry for being a single guy.
And
Like,
Chris
come on.
Mowry, too. Chris didn't even do anything. Like, Chris was literally, they disowned him for being friends with Harry. It's like, what did Chris do? What the fuck?
That's what I mean by that soy level ultra shit.
Soy level ultra. That's a new term.
I'm coining it. I'm gonna have shirts that say soy level ultra, and then maybe shirts. My catchphrases are soy level ultra, and that's fucking psychotic. So, and I think you need shirts that say lock in because
Everyone
every
has
time
been asking me to make like what's
lock
it called?
in.
Like what is it called again? Fucking merch.
Yeah, you need it. If Tashika, if you made a lock-in shirt, because that is just like such an iconic thing that you say. Anytime I hear anyone say that out in the wild, I instantly think about you on a debate. You're just like lock in, guys, and yeah, you should totally. I would buy the fuck out of that, and I
say
would
it in
support it.
Spanish. It's funny. But yeah, like audience captured. Well, yeah, I think. Well, ever since I first knew Dean, like before the whole thing, he's always been really deep into optics. Like that's always been his thing. I don't think that's something he's ever gonna drop. I don't think he needs to drop it. I think optics are very important. But when it causes you to like compromise whatever you think is correct, then that's a problem. Like in this space for a long time, we all kind of have this agreement that like we probably shouldn't say things that we know is going to piss off our audience, even if we fundamentally agree with it. We've had multiple conversations regarding this, and I think that's kind of what people are experiencing these days, where it's just that, where they don't want to piss off their audience, right? Because when you piss off your audience, you don't get paid. So
that's why I hate the grifter allegations, because I purposely piss off my audience and I purposely like cancel myself because I don't care about the money, and then people call me a grifter and I'm just like, I'm taking the least amount. When I tell you like what the money that I get paid, or like the money I earn from this app has taken a nosedive that I have strategically set up myself. Like it's not like I saw the video of Older Millennial and didn't think to myself, oh yeah, they're gonna love this. I literally was like, okay, this is gonna get me canceled by the left, but I know that the conservatives are gonna start following me and maybe they'll listen to my message, and I know I'm gonna lose money out on doing this, and I did it. And I do it every single time because I don't give a fuck about the money. I give a fuck about these people's rights. I know people need money to survive. I get that. But so it's just when people give me grifter allegations, I start tweaking.
I didn't think that the left was going to cancel you for that, because I thought that
I knew they were.
But I knew that they thought that it was going to be sarcasm, given that this guy's made like 10 videos about us a day.
No critical thinking.
Yeah, I get. But I'm like, dude, they don't see like how many videos he makes about us.
Yeah, they don't see. My platform is like built off of tearing these people apart. Like I just don't.
But it's all fraudulent, I feel like, because he doesn't really like believe that.
No,
like,
but most conservatives don't. As a person who have worked with these people extensively, most of them do not believe what they're saying. They are just saying it because it gets them views, and they also get paid to be as ridiculous as possible and say the most ridiculous stuff. And And as a
How don't they
result,
get that? Like, how don't they understand that? I mean, you don't even have to be in social media to know that this is all like fucking nonsense.
yeah. Well, and I mean, I think that these people, the audience is, they just care about pleasing their audience and making money. And they know if they say the most ridiculous stuff, they'll make money from it. But the audience doesn't seem to know this. The audience just doesn't even seem to care, I think. I just think the audience wants something to rage at, and they give them something to rage at.
Yeah, so stupid. We lost Tashika, our girl.
No!
Yeah, I did. I was like, what? I was like, what did I miss?
Tashika! Where'd she go?
Yeah, I don't think that like ever like jeopardizing your morals for audience capture is ever a good idea, even financially speaking. Because I think like yes, it might be short-term financial gain, but I think long-term, like you're never gonna please anybody, and I feel like you're just gonna lose more people because they're gonna think you're disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
That too, and I think getting addicted to like the trying to find clips. I think that's a big issue too. Like when you're farming clips in your content,
Mm-hmm.
just let
Yeah.
stuff kind of happen naturally because then you end up looking stupid as
There she
we
is.
see happening.
Yeah, that's the part that I feel like sometimes like you got to make some short-term sacrifices. And like I feel like that's what Destiny's done well because I'm sure at like multiple points
Yeah,
of
his following is a cult now. He has a cult-like following because of how much he didn't give a shit about audience capture. People follow
hmm
Destiny like he is a messiah because they're like, "Oh my god, I have found refuge in a person who doesn't give a shit about what anyone else thinks about
Yeah,
them," and they identify with that so hard. I mean,
exactly.
I gravitate. I kind of look at Destiny like a one of those like cult-like figures. Like even I would low key a little bit simply because he's just one of those only people that I've met who does not give a shit about what his audience thinks of him, and that is so relatable to me that I've almost idolized the man for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that's part of the
I
appeal.
noticed
Like
that.
that's a big part of the appeal. Like it's especially why he's been on the internet for so long. It's like a lot of people are used to what Destiny says and does, and it's like, but I know that's who he is, and I like the content. It's not that many people that'll sit on a stream for 7 hours looking up shit. Like it's just like if you want to hear good politics, I'm not dropping him because he told a bad joke. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I want good political insight on things. Sorry.
yeah, sorry, my phone died. I was like, I was like super listening. I was like, where'd the song go? But yeah, what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the rest of what you were saying. If you can repeat it, if you remember.
Was it about Destiny or was it about audience capture? I think I was
The
just saying.
audience capture.
Was I talking about Dean?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
I think what I was saying was just like when we go down those audience capture paths, I think it says, "Oh, grifter." People call. Did you hear what I finished about with my grifter thing?
No, that's what.
Okay, yeah. So what I was saying is like I tweak out when people call me a grifter because the position when you go down audience capture train, you are strategically setting yourself up to make the most amount of money possible by constantly catering to your audience. And like that's if you like obviously people need money to survive, that's fine. But one of the things that caused me to tweak the hardest is when people call me a grifter, and it's like I know that when I take this video with older millennial and I post it, I know that that's not going to make the left be like, yeah, we love Mercedes. It's going to piss them off. But the byproduct is a bunch of conservatives have chosen to follow me now simply because of what I did and because of my cancellation of the left. A bunch of conservatives made videos praising me, being like, you know what, this is someone that we might listen to. So as a result, it's just like the grifter allegations that I get like tweak me out because what I am doing strategically, my money is going down. I mean, I went from making a good amount of money down to making almost nothing because I have chosen to throw audience capture out the window. So I just tweak
Do you
out when I
not
get grifter
understand? Like,
allegations.
Do they not understand that Republicans offer so much more money?
I was over there.
No.
And I was over there. I had 500,000 followers on TikTok and 145,000 followers as a conservative over there. I had everything that I could have wanted to if I actually cared about grifting and that I didn't want to compromise my morals. I gave up what could have been a retirement with conservatives because I thought that these people were so fucked and morally bankrupt. So I left. And not only did I just, when I say I'm so not a grifter, I nuked that 145,000 fault. Like if you ran any of my social media platforms I have now through any of like those checker systems where you can see when they were made, all of these were brand new, made in August, because the platforms that I had as a conservative, I nuked all of them. A grifter doesn't do that.
Right.
You can't grift on this side. It's so hard to grift on the left. I mean, even in campaigns, like our campaigns have like no funding on the left.
I mean,
compared
you
to
can
Bro,
just
we don't
like,
even have seats. I went to fucking I went to like a Josh Shapiro rally, and it was like in what was essentially like a tiny ass room, no chairs, no seats, and people were like expected to stand and wait for not Ben Shapiro, Josh Shapiro.
Yeah, that
Really?
makes sense. That's like the left. Like, and that's the thing is that the right always tries to grab operatives from the left always, because we work hard, so they're always looking for ways to bring us over. And like some of us have been doing this for like 10 plus years, but we just refuse to fucking go over there because. But it is appealing because it's like, listen, they're loyal as hell. You'll never not have a job. Like they'll always continue to like rise you up in the campaign ranks and make sure that like you get whatever you want, but you got to sell your soul. That's the difference.
Yeah. But that's what I mean when I say that the right offers people way more.
And
Like,
ever respect.
way more. It's actually not funny.
it is, and that's why I just get so mad, because I'm like, I was set up over there and I left because I thought that these people were evil. That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
you know, and that's completely me saying fuck your money, fuck your contracts. I had large active brand deals, and I said I don't want none of it. Bye, guys. And I didn't even take any of my payments. When I nuked my Instagram account, I had 3,000, because they were doing the Reels bonus program, but 4 Reels before they stopped it. I had $3,000 in the Instagram when I decided to nuke my own Instagram, because I said I just didn't
Like
give
you
a
deleted
fuck.
it?
Yeah, I completely deleted, deactivated, like it's gone. I couldn't even get it back if I wanted to,
Oh wow.
because I don't give a fuck about money, and that's why like I go insane at the grifter allegations.
And a good trouble is like consistently call me a grifter too.
I hate it. But no.
it
The
makes
craziest thing about
absolutely
that, though, the craziest thing about that was he was in a live stating, these are grifters, but they must not be very good grifters because the position they're taking is not going to make them any money. And I'm like, exactly.
Meanwhile, he's like
Exactly.
going to the fucking gym to film himself so that he can make like whatever fucking couple $1,000s off of TikTok.
I mean, his last video was like an imprint of his goddamn fucking peener. You know what I mean? And then like, but I'm the grifter. You know, so crazy work.
I love good trouble. I do. I think his content is like whenever I talk about like masculinity on the left, his content is like the first thing that I always think of, and like it's really unserious. And I understand what he's trying to do when he talks about like what's the word, like when he talks about like masculinity on the left. I just feel like it comes off like really like it, because I just feel like
It's laughable. I'm
if you're constantly having to prove that you're masculine, you're probably fucking not.
Yeah. Agreed.
So, and I don't think a person like him has to prove that he's masculine. I think what he's trying to prove is that like like people on the left can be masculine, but I'm like, you don't, like, if it was true, it would just be like intuitive. Like it wouldn't
just exist.
Yeah, everybody knows that you can be masculine on the left. That's what's so weird to me. Like it's like not attractive to prove that you're masculine.
It's so awkward. It's so awkward. It's like one of those things that just exist and people will perceive you as masculine. But when you start being like, I swear I'm masculine, I swear I'm masculine, I swear I'm raging with testosterone, people are like, okay, no,
It's
like what the fuck?
flowing through my veins.
I swear to God.
Respect me. Yeah, it just comes off as really like.
It comes off
hardly
as feminine
super
as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I just don't think it does anything to to do that. It's just fucking ridiculous. But that's why like I critiqued that one. Was it like a rally thing? I don't remember, but it was like oh yeah, it was like an online rally with like for masculine men on the left, which immediately no. And it was like, what was it like? It was like, it was Keith. No, not Keith Lee. Stupid as fuck. What was the guy's name? The Consciously. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think I saw that. Was Dean part of that too?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
It was like the Consciously and a bunch of other people, and it just came off as we are trying to prove that we are also like really, really masculine, and I'm like, it makes you look very much the opposite. Because again, I'm going to call back to last night. We talked about this before. The right doesn't need to do this. I feel like their values, it's kind of like baked in that they're masculine. And because they have taken over the definition of what masculinity is, anything they do is just going to be like inherently representative of like masculine ideals. So when you're like sitting here talking about like how left-wing men need to be like off the hook or some shit, right? It just comes off as so fucking like what are we doing? It's so I think it's so cringe. I think it's so fucking cringe whenever they do shit like that.
It's
Yeah,
given
I do
what
too.
Elizabeth
And
Warren,
the
remember,
Republicans.
like, okay.
The Republicans think it's cringe as fuck too. So like anyone I've ever talked to, when I was on the right, I mean I was on the right. Well, this is like the height of Dean, Parker, Chris, and Harry, and like the need to always go into the talk about being masculine, or even like when we sit here and we're like, oh yeah, we're white guys for Harris, we're guys for Harris, we swear we're men for Harris. or it's like the conservatives see that, they see right through it, and it just comes off as we swear we can talk to men, and it's just fucking creepy, and I think it's disingenuous, and I think it makes them even more secure in their own party because they're like,
oh, we don't
what?
have this problem. Like,
Yeah.
like Jesus, what are we doing? God,
yeah. We just have to exist. Like, let masculine men present their platform. They're like, okay, so you're making content that is for the left. Awesome. Just call out the shit you want to call out. Like, hey, this was racist, or like, hey, look at this policy, this, or this. But just do not be like, dear men, we're masculine over here, right? We just need it. Like, right? It's not gonna do anything. And every single conservative I ever talked to while I was over on that side was laughable. They call them soy boys. They call them sissy boys. Like they call them all these names. Because they're just done. They just think it's stupid as fuck.
Poor things, But yeah, if we can just be like normal for 3 seconds, I think we'll be able to do good things.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm really just. I don't know what to do. I obviously I'm in a rock and a hard place because I do think that we could do really good things, and I also don't want to lose like really long-standing supporters in my audience.
I'll let you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say part of growing though is losing followers. Now I'm not saying nuke your platform by any means, but when I make I'm trying to build my platform too. And when I lose people to be like, oh, I'm on sub, I'm like, well, that's good because I don't want you to sub to me simply because you think we're going to agree on everything. I don't want to manifest that type of audience. And we're going to keep talking about him, but that's why Destiny has been going strong and has had some serious accusations in his past. But he's really honest about who he is and what he does. A lot of the stuff that people say about him, it's not is something that's out of the character of him and who he presents himself as, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because even with you fighting with people that you agree with, and in the moment you're being honest about how you feel, they're like, well, you're not really one of us, and it's like, well, I'm me, and that's why I want people to be here for me, not because we agree all the time, So and I think that if you know that it's bigger than just my audience and there's an actual purpose behind what you're doing, I think that's going to keep your platform growing in the way that'll be better long term than like losing some people now. Like even what Mercedes just said she did, I didn't know she went that far to stand up for what she believes in. I didn't know the extent of losing, so many subs and taking a big hit monetarily, And I think that helps in the long run.
I think I went from making like a good chunk of money to now like I'll barely make on both platforms combined maybe $900 because I could show you my analytics and you will literally see it go like this. Poo! And people are like, oh my god, we caught you, Mercedes. We caught you hanging out with the old. And I'm like, dude, I have purposely put myself into cancellation. If you don't think I haven't thought about every single move that I've made and that I just accidentally canceled myself, you're stupid as fuck. Yeah, I purposely put myself in these positions because I realize for longevity purposes and just to like really back what I say and because these are my morals and I genuinely want to fight for electoral power. And I think we have a problem with the left going down these cancel culture paths that drive conservatives away from us. I decided to take one for the team and fucking financially suffer because I don't give a fuck. It's whatever. I'll figure it out,
On your main and show everybody who you are.
My main?
I don't know why you're hiding on your alt.
Because I don't want to get like banned just in case I can say what I want.
Or is it because you don't want your fans to know that you are supporting neo-Nazis? Right.
Everyone, what? I'm sorry. I don't think you define neo-Nazi right now.
Aww.
What is this?
Don't play coy. Miss, I hate my own people. You literally
engaging
sold
with
out
what you're
Athena and you're anti-black. You're embarrassing
Hey,
to our
Logix
community.
is the neo-Nazi.
You're
That's
embarrassing as fuck to our community. And you actually need to sit the fuck down. Your ego is way too high for you to be acting like that.
Do I want to feed people?
No, you don't feed anybody anything. You're just anti-black, and it's disgusting because it's your own community.
Hold on, really quick. Really quickly. Tashika, I just want to make sure that you feel safe and comfortable. If you want to talk to them.
Well, you don't.
Wait. Hold on. No, let me really quickly. Tashika, are you okay? Hold on, Tashika. I want to make sure. I want like your permission to keep her up here and let you engage, or
Fuck you, you're a Nazi. I don't give a fuck.
Hold on, Tashika. Just yes or no. Do you want her up here or no?
You can keep them. We can have the convo.
Okay, I just want to make sure that you feel fine. I don't want you to think that
I know you love silencing black people, but you're gonna have to wait a second. It's black woman to black woman. Shut your white ass up. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Anyways, Tashika, can you explain why you support neo-Nazis?
Can you just at least can you say Yahtzee?
Yahtzee, sure.
I don't.
And why you sold out Athena last night?
I didn't sell her out.
Oh, right. Interesting.
How did I
don't play coy. I hate this fucking shit so much.
How did I sell out Athena by saying that like if she cares about slurs then she probably shouldn't say slurs?
But are you kidding me? You're the one to talk. You appeal to white people. How can you be talking about who should be using slurs or whatnot? You don't care. You hang around people who use these slurs day to day. Day to day, baby. Day to day. You don't give a fuck. That's so odd. You want to target another black woman instead of targeting these people who actually should be targeted. How are you going to call out a black woman but not these people up here?
I didn't call
Let's
her
not
out
play coy.
either.
Why are you playing coy?
I literally told these people that like all the time on this app, we are constantly getting slurred against and hate crimed. And if she got fucking
But you're hanging around the people who
angry,
hate crime us, so you're a fucking hypocrite. It doesn't make any fucking sense. How can you sit here and tell Athena what she should do and what she shouldn't do, what's right or wrong, but you hang around people who are neo-Nazis? It's fucking weird. And it's hypocritical.
I don't even know what the fuck a neo-Nazi is. You're saying these people want like minorities to die?
So people doing the Nazi salute doesn't make them neo-Nazis, right?
Who did the Nazi salute?
Anyways, Tom, I'm pretty sure you're hanging around on top of that. Oh, also, on top of that, I said, you knew what Mercedes was, and you still decided to hang around her. And also, you appeal to these white people by platforming them and their racism and their bigotry, and you know it. So don't sit here and play fucking coy.
I'm not playing coy. You just sound like a fucking idiot.
Do you understand?
You can insult me all you want, but you know I'm right deep down. You cursed everybody out who called you out because you didn't want to be fucking wrong.
I
Because
don't
you
think
felt
I am
guilty
wrong. I
and
don't
you
think
knew
it's
it was
wrong for
wrong.
me to try to get fucking Z to start doing things that are
No.
substantive.
All I had to say was come up here on your main and show your fans who you really are. Show your fans that you love neo-Nazis and people who
don't give a
fucking
shit
oppress you.
about
Why do
actually
you keep
making sure
using?
that people are
No,
safe.
that's insane.
And you
This is
don't
so
give a
fucking
shit
crazy
about
to
people
me.
getting like food and water. And this is why we don't get things done. If it is the case that these people have connections, and then I can help them
Mercedes
reevaluate
is
what they're
literally
doing,
racist,
then
and
I'm
you're still
going
on her
to do that.
panel
I don't give
being
a
friendly
single,
with her.
I don't give
Are
a
you
single
fast?
shit.
Don't play. Why are you
I don't
playing
give a
dumb?
single shit about any of this like extra stuff. If I can get, if I
I
can
know
make
you
it so
don't
that
give
we're
a shit. You don't
feeding
give a shit
people,
about your own people.
if I
You're
can get it so
fucking
that we're
embarrassing.
feeding people,
You don't give a fuck
I am
about your
going
own people
to
unless
feed
it benefits
people.
you. Or unless
I
you're
am
making
going
money
to.
off of it.
This doesn't
You're
benefit
corny as
me.
fuck.
I'm trying
You
to
owe Athena
feed
an apology.
people.
Go apologize. Right
Apologize
now.
to
Because you're
who?
disgusting and you're a disgrace to our community. Be ashamed.
I guess I'll be that. Sorry, baby.
Oh my
I guess
fucking
I
god!
guess I'll be that while I'm feeding children.
Oh my fucking god!
I'm not arguing with that. I'm not doing that. And I don't need you guys to like defend me. I think stuff like that is incredibly fucking reactionary. I'm not gonna pass up being able to like actually fucking help people. What are we doing? God.
Greater cause, greater
Anyway,
cause.
but yeah, I'm not a fucking monolith. Doesn't mean I have to follow you guys.
That was psychotic. I'm sorry.
Whatever. Anyway, like I was saying before,
This is what I love about you, though, is like you just take that and you're like, okay, anyways.
Because these people aren't gonna give me fucking thousands of dollars to be able to like fucking buy a bunch of food for people and feed it. I'm giving shit. I'm not doing that. Anyway, so I think.
Do you see though, like a lot of where I come from, where I get so pissed is just like because you have the best intentions, yet it doesn't matter how many times you represent your intentions, you will constantly be mischaracterized. And it doesn't even matter, even though you are going to do infinitely more to like help a community in the mutual aid sense. It doesn't fucking matter. You're a horrible person regardless, and that's why I threw audience capture down the window or out the window, and I put shit like this up because people like that, they don't seem to care about anything other than like reactionary bullshit, and it just is really sad to me.
That's whatever. I don't think we need to like dwell on it. People are not gonna like it, regardless of anything. But anyway, I think that. Would you guys be are you guys like able to get like I don't know if it would be like a truck or like not a truck but like a stand of sorts that provides like mental health care or mental health resources? Like, is that something that is possible?
Yeah, like at the colleges, you mean?
Right, like if you guys were to ever like return to like a college for like a debate seminar, whatever the fuck, right? Would you guys be able to have like the mental health services or like I keep saying like Planned Parenthood services, but like you know what I mean when I say that? Like
Yeah,
I feel like that would be
so
superior.
we have a tent, and then like Anne she's in with Planned Parenthood. She's done a lot of stuff for them, so she has a lot of Planned Parenthood supplies. We actually wanted to pass them out at the last event, but her transportation fell through. So like yeah, that's something we would totally be down to do because we literally have a tent and we have. I mean, those supplies through Anne, and then like I'd even be willing to like research like FDA handling licenses and like the ability to pass out food or things like that. Like I just think that's a beautiful thing. So
Yeah, most states you can get like a license. Like my husband has one for like $10. Like you just like take a quiz online and then you just like get a
food license or like
yeah
food
like a food license,
and then,
to be able to hand it out and stuff. It's pretty easy. And then like we could partner with like I could actually email the African Refugee Center where I used to work because they do sex ed. Like trucks around schools. Like that's what they usually do high schools, but I bet you we could get them to do colleges too.
Yeah, and I'd argue that like there's a lot of nonprofits who would definitely pair with us too. And like I'm in with like Repro Uncensored, and they provide resources for because they're out of Canada, but they send like it's like miso through the miso pills through the mail to help with women get more than just like this is actually AB pills, not just like Plan B. So I mean there's plenty we could do. I would love to have one. I would love to have like as an ex-addict, I would love to have something to do with maybe like Narcan or who knows. Like, there's so much we could
that is
do.
really good too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I carry it wherever I go.
me too. Yeah.
So I think it would be. I think these are great suggestions, but we want to do those. I want to do those things, and I think that would be fun to do with you.
I think if you're able to set those things up, that would be good. What else is there?
The biggest problem that we have with the college tour piece is that Charlie doesn't release the dates until like the last minute now, so it's so
It
hard to
doesn't need
plan.
to be centered around a specific person. I think that was like another issue too. Like I think we can say that like Charlie is pretty dangerous, but I don't think focusing on him actually
Our
does.
our only reason for that now is because of like using because we are like so grassroots and we don't have donors. The only thing that funds the tour is like the creator's ability to raise money. So we used Charlie Kirk to get virality around our videos so that we could get more people to donate to the tour so that we could like raise money to keep going. But we don't want it to just be Charlie Kirk. We want to eventually break out of that, but we have to find donors, and then we just need like more creators who are willing. We would have been able to keep going. For example, if the first tour was open and willing, the creators from the first tour were open and willing for these type of conversations, there would have been enough donations coming in from those creators, from their audiences and stuff, to be able to do more than just college campuses. But like right now, I mean, even between all of our creators, we raised like $4,000 on the last tour just because there's so little of us creators. I'd argue like me, Destiny are the largest ones, and then like Kyla, but Kyla's just on YouTube. But me and Destiny are the largest creators on this tour, and that says a lot. So we need more creators. Really quick, someone said let Glow up. Is that
Glow? Oh yeah, I had to remove them from my Discord. I didn't
Okay.
I didn't appreciate the way they were speaking to me.
Never mind.
Glow.
Yeah, I just want to say like, I am not like I'm gonna say this like as Hashika. I am not going to argue with any of you. I'm not going to do that at all. I have told you guys several times that I'm going to do whatever I think is right. And that is what I'm doing. If it is the case that I can help people and get people help, and get the mental health care and get the food care and get the sex ed care, I'm going to do that. So unless you can provide me with an alternative and not just like yelling at me, yeah, that's fine. And I guess hopefully these things can work out well. Um, and then that's it. But I'm not going to keep arguing with you guys. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine if you don't agree with what I'm doing. You're never going to always agree with what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I hate is like it's gotten to a point where we won't always agree, but if there's one disagreement, even if that disagreement is rooted in good faith, you will still get lambasted for it and told that you are the worst person on the planet. And that is my problem. That is why I've built, like, this is why I've changed my entire platform to this, is because that mentality right there, conservatives see it, and then they're like, oh, hell no, I am never joining this side. Because if they got canceled for associating even like with someone like me, then they think that they themselves are on a level that's 10 times worse, and they're like, okay, I'll never get accepted. If I go over there, I'm just going to get canceled for anything I say.
Well, I don't feel like I'm getting canceled. Like I understand what people are saying. I just don't appreciate when we have conversations about me that remove my agency. So it's you know there's not going to be much of a conversation, but you know it really is what it is. It doesn't really matter. But yeah,
It's wild.
but yeah, like anyway, I think where
Anyway.
where is your next stop?
We're waiting for Charlie Kirk to release like the next like college stops.
Wait,
But
you're going to you're gonna follow him again, or
yeah, but we know that we're going to Amfest. We just don't have the money to, like, for example, if we were to go to a college and we were just like there was nothing to push virality behind it, like we just don't have the money to go do that, sadly. But we want to, and we're actually working on like building chapters and things like that.
Amfest?
Yeah,
America Fest.
That's like the like turning point Super Bowl. Like it's
Yeah.
like Trump is there so we're gonna get a bar across the street from there and do the same thing. We're gonna pull the turning point kids into the bar.
Yeah, and then we can go and that would be really cool. That would be cool to have like a. It would be cool to have a whole portion of a lot of our content, like the content creator or the filming team follows us, and like we can present like, yo, you should be doing mutual aid. You know what I mean? Like we like just adding an aspect of the tour that brings credibility to the fact that we are doing more than just debating and like really wanting to help people. I think that's really cool. But
I think that event will be huge.
yeah.
Like that'll be
So you get to the event and then so you get to the event and then what? Then you, because you said like I'm trying to understand how these things work because I've never been to like a festival or anything like that. So like you get to the event, Charlie Kirk is supposed to be there, right?
Yeah, he'll be there. So what we're doing is like we buy tickets into their event, and Charlie knows who we are now, so he just fucking cancels all of them because that's what he does. He doesn't want us in there. But some people were able to slip through, and then they get content inside the event, and then they pull a lot of these Turning Point kids out of the event to our event. So like last time, I think we had like. How many Turning Point kids do you think we had there? Probably.
I'd say 80% of the bar was Turning Point kids.
Yeah,
no, maybe
it was
70, maybe 70. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot. And then we like because we also the people that got kicked out, like we stood outside Charlie's event and we did live debates with them out there. And then a lot of them were like, "Oh, you guys are cool. Like, come to our event."
They were feeding us. They were giving us water, buying it, like going into the Turning Point event that we weren't allowed into, just to buy us water to bring it out to us. It was such a like there was such a cool connection going on.
And some of them want to work for us now. Like one of the kids from one of them that was like a Nick Fuentes, like he was like, "Yeah, Charlie's not right enough for me," and we were like, "What the fuck?" And after he listened to Destiny's thing, he was like, "Well, I'm kind of changing my mind." He's like, "You guys got any jobs?"
Yeah, it was crazy.
Would Destiny be debating there?
Yeah, Destiny's going to headline.
Okay.
And he said that he'd headline with you at America Fest if you guys want to do it together. And then when we do the college tour, it's a little different because we do the Prove Me Wrong tent. So we don't have a bar. It's just we set up at a different place on campus and we just do the same thing Charlie does.
Did Charlie or Crowder start that Prove Me Wrong thing?
I think I saw it first. Charlie did it first?
Charlie started doing it 15 years ago with a small little folding table from
Before
Walmart.
Crowder?
Yeah,
I thought I could have swore. I guess maybe because his meme is more.
And a karaoke machine.
Oh wow.
I think maybe
Charlie I think did it from like 2011 or something. Like he was doing it while I was in college.
How long was he a teenager or something? Because I'm older than Charlie, and I'm like,
yeah, Charlie's like 33 or 30. He's my age. He's like 33 or 34.
I thought he was like 31.
Nah, I think he's like 33 or 34. I think he's grown.
He was like 18. Jesus, young Charlie Kirk. How scary was that?
It looked even crazier when he was younger. And yeah, he just used to set up like a table. There wasn't really like Turning Point, like the infrastructure was like not really there back then. Like they didn't.
No, he built it. It was a slow grassroots movement.
Oh, I was right, Z. He's 31.
Oh, he is 31. Isn't he born in 92?
93.
Oh,
he started with a tent and like so. What basically Charlie Kirk did was he did his tent or his little folding table, and he built up virality, and he built up like a huge platform that was able to make him money. And then that's when donors started taking him seriously, and he started reaching out to donors, and then collectively with the help of like Heritage Foundation or like with the help of PragerU being hella already established. He was able to build up this pack, but he had a lot of donors helping him, and he had a lot of people who already understood like the infrastructure of like these packs to help him build this up. And he's the face to it because he's the one who started going out and saying the most outlandish shit on microphones and then blasting that out on social media. But he used social media virality. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Charlie got recruited. Somebody said you're literally funding TPUSA. Babes. We gave them like $100 for tickets. They're $100 million organization, and they refunded all of them. So no, we're not. We're not.
Yeah, and we got refunded.
You refunded all of them. Like, stop it.
Charlie like laughs at how much money we have cash on hand. Like we haven't even raised $1 million yet. I feel like we'll get there, but
we need. Yeah.
I mean, no Democratic organization raises $100 million. Like we're never gonna have that kind of money.
Notice they're probably not even realizing how Mercedes just ran down how he started, and now it's like you guys are giving him money, and you guys got cardboard posters.
They
And it's
do
like,
not.
it's like,
Because they do
well,
not care about intellectual honesty, and they're
yeah.
incapable of having good faith conversations, and that's why I just don't even give a shit about what these people have to say, because it's just like, and all of them are all saying this from their mother's basements, not doing anything to actually fight for the rights that they say that they want to protect, and I get so heated about it, to be honest.
I would dead ass do a live with Allison to show her our cash on hand in real time. Like our
Bro,
cash on
that would be
hand
based.
is like actually insanely bad. Like we spend everything. Like our voter registration program was like over $300,000, and we got 1,000 people registered. But it's so expensive because in the state of Florida, to register one person to vote is like 12 forms of paperwork. It's like actually crazy. And it's a felony if you mess up any of that. So now you have to have lawyers behind it. Like it's like registering people in red states is like no joke. Like it's a very expensive operation.
I just, my thing is this, I understand why you guys are doing it. I just don't know if like, because I just don't see how that wouldn't be like a repeat of what happened in the first event where Charlie didn't even like let you guys speak to him. But I feel like
We only use them for funding. So the reason why we use Charlie Kirk is because we want the content to get out there so that people will see what we're doing. But even if we debate Charlie Kirk or not, for some reason there's like an immense virality around him. So we use him to get views. So this view will bring in funding to the PAC to actually fund things like voter reg programs or fund things like actually building up the college chapters. But we just have no money to do those things without funding.
Yeah, that's why too. Like CNN is following us because we're following Charlie.
Yeah, we're gonna be like Anderson Cooper.
And yeah, and like
Yeah, we'll
you
be
was
on
just on
Anderson
that
Cooper.
radio. You was just on Brian's show in Nevada too. It's like
Yeah.
it's working. It's working.
Yeah, the media like loves the fact that we're following Charlie, like which is exactly what we wanted. Like
So then
wanted
we
the
can get
media-
donors.
Yeah, and people do donate because of that. Like I feel like people are like, oh, we need somebody to stop Turning Point, and everybody's questioning. They're like, why is it that in the last 15 years there's been no Democratic organization that's done
That's
a college
countered.
tour or that's countered Charlie Kirk? Like literally neither. And meanwhile, Charlie's not even the only person doing college tours. Like fucking Myron Gaines has his own college tour now.
Which is psychotic.
It is kind of crazy though. Like when you see that happening, and then there's nobody on the left doing anything. Yeah, that's
I just
part of what
think,
happened.
I was just thinking, like, I just don't know, because, like, if I just don't think, like, even if it's the case that like it helps push it out, I just think it's really good to maybe I'm not understanding, but I think it's
It's
better
just
to-
money. We have no money to do
Yeah,
anything
it's just a
else.
money issue.
Yeah. If we could not do it, like, and do our total own thing, we would. It's just we have zero funding.
No, I think it's fine to say that, like, you might be able to, like, come into contact with Charlie Kirk or be a bizarro version of him, and basically have, like, your own stand and do, like, the opposite thing, right? I think that that's fine. I just wonder, like, I feel like the optics of that can sometimes get really muddy, which is what I would mainly be confused about. I just don't want it to look when it looks bad and it looks super like cheap. it makes people not want to like go. So like I don't. Is it true that like I don't know how these things work. Is it true that like saying that it was to go up against Charlie Kirk, does that genuinely bring in donors?
Yes, it brings in a lot of views, and it brings in donors because what they're hoping, people attribute Charlie Kirk as to the whole entire reason why young men are switching over to the right, and they want us to counter that voice because that large amount of people who now are voting for conservatives simply due to Turning Point USA, they believe, a lot of donors believe that if we can counter that, that we can win. So I think their donations for that is simply because they see that no one has countered like this heavy red pill like champion of that Charlie Kirk is, and that finally we're doing some. It looks like we're actually doing something about it.
Yeah, like there's actual boots on the ground. That's like too with like with Charlie, I mean, we can't even argue that it's even just men. Like, he shifted the whole youth vote
Yeah.
9 points
Not
right.
even,
And people are
there
like,
was
oh,
just
no,
as
he
much women
didn't.
at that event as men.
Oh, just as much. In fact, maybe at Texas A&M, I would argue even more women than men.
It's
And
crazy.
yeah, and he's sitting there like telling women that they should be dropping out of college and all this crazy shit. Nobody's ever there to challenge it. And then on top of that, like, he visited 300 college campuses in 24. That's insane. That's like a college campus every single day, and we didn't even go to any. Like,
We
none.
want to be able to do that. We just have no money to do that. But that's the thing is, we want to break away from Charlie Kirk and just be like the UFA. We don't want to have to follow. Like, that is the last thing we want to do. It's just out of desperation because the DNC doesn't fund shit. Democrats don't fund shit. Democrat donors, it's just like for some reason conservatives have a really easy time, and I think it's because like billionaires want to fund them in the first place because they know that they'll get the tax cuts. But the funding on the left is just non-existent comparatively. So we have to grassroots it out with like followings.
Yeah.
But
I
we
think-
also like we don't like interrupt Charlie's events and stuff. Like, that's something that like we like optically just like don't do. Like, we like if he's like doing a prove me wrong tent, like, yeah, we'll ask to debate him, but like if he says no, we're not gonna like disrupt his event. Same thing inside the events. Like, nobody, I mean, Robbie, that was different, but like Robbie, it was planned and you know, whatever. But like most of the time, like we won't be interrupting him at all.
So when he does say no, you guys just go debate on your side?
Yeah. Like, we
Okay.
have our own thing going. That's the thing. Like, I think that's what people
We do
might
both
not
at the same time.
Yeah, like, we have our own thing. So it's like we're not just there for Charlie. Like, if Charlie didn't show up, it wouldn't really
We already
matter.
have backup. Like, we're not even there. Like, our plans aren't even contingent on Charlie. We are already expecting for him not to want to debate us, but we'll go try regardless. But we already have a whole other plan. Like, we'll already have backup debates, like, or like the bar rented, and we're already doing all of that. Or like, for example, Robbie has his skits that he goes out and does. Certain people have the different positions that cater to their content specifically that they'll go do at these events. I personally want to get, like, again, food handlers because I actually want to just try to feed these people and get them to maybe see my side by opening up their hearts to food. I also would love to hit these cities and just show that us as Democrats are making a difference and doing what the church seems like they want to do. So it's like there's a connection there. That opens
work
up
with
our
other
ability.
people too, like
Yeah.
on the right. Like, that's why we like partnered with Sean Kelly, because we were like, okay, we know that Charlie's probably just going to cancel our tickets. Like, we already knew that. So we were like, okay, how do we get Destiny in to do like do a formal debate?
You're just trying to talk over people. You don't care. All right, bye.
What?
Is you cool?
Wait, what?
Is you cool?
Wait, what happened?
I'm so confused.
Do you need help?
Okay.
Why don't you say what you wanted to say?
Do you have anything productive to add to the
I just don't
conversation?
think anyone heard you, dude.
I'm gonna talk and 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 talk.
Can you just say something productive?
Talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Talk and talk and talk and talk. Talk and talk and talk and talk. I'm gonna talk. Talk, talk, talk. I'm gonna talk and talk. Talk and talk and talk and talk. Talk and talk and talk. Talk, 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 talk. I'm gonna
He's telling all of you guys to tap and tap and tap.
Shut up.
Tap,
I'm gonna talk.
tap,
You're
tap,
stupid
tap,
now.
tap.
You're stupid. You're stupid. I'm gonna talk and talk and talk and talk
Tap
and talk.
and tap and tap.
I kept talking,
Keep tapping
talking
and
for
tapping.
the last hour
Tap.
because I'm a stupid fucking liberal.
Huh?
Are you on the left or are you on the right?
Is it the right way?
Hab, are you're the one who came up here and got mad about my older
No,
brother video, right?
I came up before. You know who I am.
This is a far leftist. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm so okay. So anyway,
So anyway, I'm not on your side.
Okay, bye.
Anyway, so
God
do you guys
damn.
think it would be a good
I think a really good thing to do would be to like I said before, like would you guys be open to like having seminars where people just like speak and like speak to these children, or like have them ask, like, or at the end of it have them ask questions and then open up for debate, you know, like while they're having this seminar, like while you're having the seminar, you have like all of these other, obviously you're going to need like funding, but like you have all of these other, you know, resources that people can use while it's going on, and then you can have destiny debate at the end. Obviously there's things that would have to be like crunched up, but I don't know if you guys would agree to that.
We're all open to that. Yeah. Like that's something that I've been talking about from the beginning, but it's just like a matter of like, okay, so like if Destiny's going off and doing his debates, because all of the creators, they end up almost like doing their own thing, but in a collective way. So like I personally would love to head, I don't, my biggest thing that I offer to the table is it's my infinite love for people. And like that is something that I would love to garner my content around, and also like trying to teach other people that hey, we should be bringing like supplies or like resources to these people. So yeah, like pretend if you were to go on tour, I would purposely like I would specifically work with you brainstorming to come up with ideas together on how we can add like immense value to these kids, or to like maybe whatever community is, you know, if we're going to a city and they especially like ones with those larger homeless populations that we can go visit. And I would work on both of us getting like a handler's license, and I would love to like rent a vehicle and load it up with a bunch of like food or supplies and go pass that out and add value just to like, because I think these people deserve and they need it.
Hi, I have a quick question,
Okay.
especially for Z, if that's okay, and Tashika too. So before this all started, I know that Tashika made several videos accusing Z of being a racist, and she ran on that and tried to cancel multiple creators that was on the original Unfuck America, saying that they should be canceled for associating with people like Z. So now she's up here trying to join you guys. So how do you guys feel about that? And Tashika, was that just a ploy because you hate Dean and Parker that much? And do you still stand by the fact that Z is a racist and made multiple aggressions towards Black women? Do you no longer stand with that, and now you're okay with laughing with her and associating with her? Or was that you just playing victim once again, just hating on every other creator that was part of the Unfuck America? But now you're over here okay with associating with all these people that you threw under the bus. So do you no longer think that C is a racist because you cried and said that she was a racist?
You don't care
So
about
you
these
no
things,
longer
I can
care about
answer
the
it.
multiple
I
Black
can
women
answer
that
it.
she
I can
attacked
answer it.
and
I
that
can
you
answer
claim
it.
she
I can
attacked?
answer it. I can
Because now
answer it.
you're over here
I can
laughing with
answer it.
them.
I can answer
Because
it. Shut
every
up. I
single
can answer it.
person
Oh
that
my god, I can
associated
answer it.
with
Oh my god, I can
Mercedes and
answer.
C,
Oh my
you
god, I can
attack.
answer.
And
I
you
can
attack
answer. I
Mercedes
can
and you
answer.
attack C.
I can
But
answer.
now you're over here
I
associating and
attacked
laughing with
Mercedes
them. You're the
today.
biggest fucking
Oh
hypocrite.
my
You're an
god.
abuser, and it's gonna come out,
Oh
girl.
my
Either stand
god.
by what you
Anyway,
said, or
can I
speak
do
up,
you want me
because
to
clearly
respond
you
or
don't stand by
not?
what you said.
Anyway, I
And
think
how do you feel, C, about her calling
Oh
you
my
racist
Can
god.
and
you
saying
let
that
her
you
finish?
attack multiple Black women, but then she's
Tashika
over here
speak?
laughing with you
Let
now?
Tashika answer really quick.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Mercedes. And by the way, Mercedes, thank you for actually like opening this platform up, because I know Tashika's not used to doing that. She just likes
I'm
to
not
go
used to
off on
do. This
people, and she
person
doesn't
just
have
hates
this
me.
open
This
dialogue. So
person
I do
just hates me.
appreciate
They don't care about
Mercedes, even though I
racism.
don't agree with you, for letting
They
me up
don't give a
here.
shit.
But go ahead, Tashika.
These people don't give a fuck about racism. They just hate me.
Give a fuck, because you attack C and Mercedes, and then here you are laughing with
I
them.
attacked them
But you
last
try to
night.
attack Parker, Dean,
I
Dan,
attacked
any
them
other
last
people
night.
associated with them. But now
I
you're here
attacked them
laughing with them.
today.
But you were calling her a racist? But
I
you're over
do.
here
Yes,
laughing
I
with a
think she has
racist?
some
So is
racist
she a racist or
biases.
not,
Yes,
Tashika? Did she attack Black women or not, Tashika? Were you mad about that or not, Tashika?
I
Because now you're
was.
here laughing with Mercedes and C, the
I
people
thought
that you were
Tashika was
canceling
supposed to be
other people for
responding.
associating with them. But here you are associating with them.
Anyway, like I was saying before, so yeah, no, I can still hold the stance that these people have like racist tendencies. But given the conversation that we had previously,
Tendency, so she's not a racist. She's not a racist. Okay, go ahead.
anyway, so I can still say that these people have some racist tendencies as well as like some biases. But given the conversation that we had last night, I don't think that they're unreasonable anymore. I don't think they're unreasonable. And given the fact that I think that they are indeed reasonable, I would be more open to having them try again to actually do what they wanted to do.
the point of you attacking every single one of the creators? They were part of the
I did not attack every
What
single
was
one
the
of the
point
creators.
of you having Peyton make those videos about
I didn't
C
have Peyton
and
do
all the
anything.
other creators if you're just gonna come over
I did
here
not
and
make
laugh
Peyton do
and
anything.
associate with them?
I
What the
did
heck
not
was the
make
point of the whole show that you
I
made?
did not make
Because you
Peyton.
seem to keep doing this with
I
every
did
single
not make
person
Peyton do
and
anything.
calling other people a racist and
This is
calling them hypocrites
incredibly
for
unfair. I
doing the
don't see how this
exact
is not
same things
weird.
that you do.
I think this is like incredibly unfair. I didn't make Peyton do anything. I sent
Yes,
him
you
the
did.
information. You think I told Peyton to make a video? You think I told Peyton to make a video?
You literally did.
No, not once did I say.
Literally video of you saying it, girl. There's literally
There is
videos
no
of you
video of
saying
me
it.
saying that I told Peyton to make the video. There's a video of me saying that Peyton was repeating what I had told him.
So just to confirm, you no longer think the C is a racist and you regret trying to
I
cancel every
just
single
said that I
person
still
a
think
part
they
of the
have.
Unfuck America tour. So you
I
regret going
still
after
think
those
that they
people.
have racist tendencies, but they have shown that they are reasonable. I think these things can still be deconstructed. This is literally my job. Is this not like my job?
Job is to cancel other creators for doing
I
what
didn't
they, the
cancel
people that were
anyone.
on the Unfuck America tour literally said
I
what you're
didn't
saying
even
now.
cancel
That the
anyone.
reason for them to
I
joining that tour is
explicitly
because they
refused to
thought
talk
that
about
they
like
were
the
gonna do
black
good.
people.
So everything you're saying now,
And even like
the original Unfuck America tour cast
what is
said the
happening?
exact same thing you're saying now. That they're with Mercedes and C with this tour, thinking that they wanna have more people join the left, and you attacked them for it. You said that C
Because
was
the
not the right
behavior
person
they
to
showed
do that
off
with.
there was not
Everything you're saying, Tashika, is nothing new. They told you that. They all told you that, and you attacked them for it. You
all
said that
told
it's
who
not worth
what?
joining them. But you're doing that, saying, "Oh, I talked to them and everything's fine now." But it wasn't fine when they were doing it. How is it not fine when they were doing it?
Told who
How does
what?
that make sense to
Told
attack
who?
people for
Told
doing
who?
and saying what you're saying now?
Oh my God! Told who what? Who are you talking about? Who did I attack?
Tour every single person.
Who did I attack?
Dean Parker.
I didn't attack Dean and Parker. I literally said that the tour would have been better if it was just them.
Tashika, do you want me to drop this person or do you want to engage? I'm gonna let that be up to you.
I think I'm done justifying myself to people actually today.
Okay, perfect. Then I'm not gonna.
And I do have a meeting to go to.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I think that this it just comes from all sides. These people, all they just want.
It doesn't matter. I don't think we need to lament on these things at all. I just want to make sure that we provide resources for people. If you guys are going to keep doing this, that we fucking provide resources for people because you're not going to stop. I don't expect you to.
Glowhorn, I'm going live today talking about this, y'all.
Of course they are. Anyway, so I do have a meeting to go to. Thanks for being here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Well, I think you're based, and thank you for your time.
All right, see ya.
Jesus.
The left, guys. The left.
I just don't get trying to get up and just stand on a soapbox to just berate somebody.
And think that it's productive. It's just not.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
And it if Tashika changes her opinion, that's okay. We should encourage that, right?
Yeah, and so I'm like, what usually happens when you see something, you feel a way about it, you talk to them, and maybe you can come to an understanding. Usually that's how things happen in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
You know?
If you guys are in the chat, can we just like the live like crazy, keep liking it, get it to 100,000, share it out, and if you disagree with the prompt up above me, go ahead and request up. I mean, you guys want to talk about some shit? Let's talk about some shit. You disagree?
Bro, that Kakui chick needs to learn how to have a conversation. Like, what is wrong? This is the problem. Like, Kakui, now you're in the chat saying, thanks for letting me up. Like, no one wants you to get
the thing is, I think
fucking have a conversation.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, I think she's making some fair points, but it's just, you can't, like, the way you're presenting it is like, holy shit. I'm like, it's just not productive. We can't just come up here and start like
It's just yapping. Honestly, she was just yapping. Like you can say your disagreements, and then you wait for the response, and then and then you respond to the response. It's what adults do. They like this is just normal. So let people speak, and also, yeah, there's so many people in the chat who are just so upset and trying to. They're just removing Tashika's agency. I think a lot, which is really pissing me off. Like
where Tashika stands here.
Yeah, like I feel like she's explained herself and explained like that she's still not fully like she's still cautious, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's still like people can change their minds though, and they can make different decisions. And I think she's explained pretty well that why she's made a different decision. They're just the reality is they're just not happy with the answer, and because she's not giving them the answer that they want, they're gonna keep crying about how she's some kind of like black traitor, which is honestly one of the most disgusting things I've ever witnessed. What Covey did last night was disgusting. Taking away like all the black women's agency who happen to like be near white people or like stand for a democratic cause. It's fucking disgusting.
And that's the craziest part too. If we was up here like some full blown conservatives, and then it's like then you kind of be like, how dare you? You're flipping on everything you believe in. We have a common goal, and there's some slight differences to achieve it, and they're like, how dare you? It's like, come on, bro.
And this person said like, okay, Tashika goes where the money is, give it 6 months and she'll switch up on you guys again for the next. And I don't think that's what's happening at all. Like I went down like these Reddit forums and I'm quite literally seeing that people just get mad that Tashika expresses her opinion and then they just drop her and then they try to write her off as being this like horrific person. And I just think she's based in a little bit of like a little bit edgy, I'm not gonna lie. And I just think that the liberal spaces are so curated around like heavy like optics, and sometimes she just says what she wants to say. Tashika literally said she H's white people. I don't give a I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
We're not that unreasonable that I can actually look at what happened and then look at the context and see why she said those things. And I know it's not the right thing to say, right? I don't condone that. I think it's a bad thing to say. But I think I can understand why she might have said it. And I'm not going to be like unforgiving and say, oh, because she said that, I'm never going to, we're not like you guys. We don't do that. We actually try and understand where people are coming from, and we can moderate and change our minds, and we can accept people and forgive people for saying and doing things that maybe they wouldn't say today.
Yeah, and even if Tashika says it, even if Tashika says that, to me personally, I'm like, okay, she said that. Maybe I don't agree with that, but she's smart and she wants to work together or like build some kind of electoral power, or she wants to bring like good into the world by feeding homeless people, and I don't care. Like Tashika literally last night on a live was like, I absolutely, hate you, Mercedes. But anyways, and I just don't give a fuck. As she's the only consistent person, at least she's consistent about it. So everyone forgave everyone. For sure. I mean, people can have changes in opinion, but really quickly, Hambles, what is your position real quick? Hambles?
Yeah, so my position is I'm generally, so I do a lot of left-leaning content. I identify as a leftist. But there are a lot of critiques that have been really frustrating me lately that
Can you mute?
Sorry.
Actually, thank you. I have autism, so that's awesome. There are a lot of critiques that have been frustrating me. I was watching that live, and I talked to a lot of people about what happened with it, and Tashika was totally right. Like, we've been talking about this issue, and this issue of people making really valid critiques of other people within our own community. People just need to be better at accepting that. It doesn't mean that people are evil, because again, I completely disagree with Mercedes on a lot of positions. But to go and say that, like, Tashika then is, like, this bad faith person, and honestly, Mercedes positions. But to go and say that, like, Tashika then is, like, this bad faith person, and honestly, Mercedes, I don't even know you that well. I don't think you are bad faith either. I think people just use that as a term to write off the reality that there are different groups of people that have different solutions. And if, as leftists, and as me more talking like the other people I think who are more identifying as leftists instead of liberals in this space, as leftists, if you want to do better at recruiting other people, if you want to do better at actually getting egalitarian societies developed, maximizing democracy and equity, you have to have good arguments that can withstand critique. And if you do groupthink, it makes you look really, really bad, and it makes the rest of us look like shit. And it really pisses me off that a lot of people in the space, they don't critically think, they don't read, and when they engage in these debates, it's like they're throwing popcorn from a theater. It's frustrating.
Based. That was based. This person came up and said, we do not always agree, but we don't need to be acting ridiculous. Really quickly, is there anyone in here in the chat who has a problem with what they've been seeing going on in this live? Maybe it's from last night's live, maybe it's from this morning's live, maybe it's from the prompt above, and you disagree. This is now your time to request up and have an actual genuine conversation about it. We'd love to talk about it. Because I want to get some ops in here. Make sure we're tapping the screen, and we're going to get it to 70,000, guys. Keep sharing it. I know there's lots of ops. In here, so it's time to talk. What the hell, Cyrus? You should come up. I see that you're...
I'd love to talk to that person.
Can I bring up a quick point here?
Yeah.
Like, the thing that really upsets me about Covey, like, really deeply, is that she doesn't live in this country. And I think that if you're a person that like sits in the comfort of Germany or wherever the hell she is and then wants to like ruin movements to stop Trump, to me, that is more of an op than anybody else. Like I don't know. I feel like as somebody that lives in a rural community that actually sees the shit that Trump is doing to us, for you to sit there in the comfort of your own Medicare for All system and then bitch about what we're doing, that is like, that triggers me. That literally triggers me.
Can I respond to that with two positions here? I don't really care where Kobe lives. I think Kobe actually does a lot of good work. And I mean, here in Idaho, I mean, when I was in college, I had to do a whole
really quickly though. I don't want to talk about Kobe while she's not here because, like, believe it or not, I was not the one who brought Kobe up last night. It was Tom who brought Kobe up. But she definitely wanted to lambaste me anyways and say it was I that brought her up, but I didn't. Just really quickly, I am trying to get some people who disagree. I think, Hambles, you generally agree. I don't think you're really much of an op, so I'm probably just going to drop you.
Thanks,
but, like, you're cool, though. You're cool, though.
I mean, I'm cool, but when we get to the end times, watch out.
Okay, cool. I mean, I'll help you tear down the system. We'll storm the Walmart together. It's okay. If you guys are in op in any kind of way, you don't like the tour, you don't like Z, you don't like me, you think Mantis is the damn devil, you can come up and talk about it. I think we're finally making some ground, though. I think, like, if you look at the comment sections from when we first started versus, like a couple months ago versus now, people are definitely starting to see what the fuck we're doing. I mean, even to the point where, again, Tashika's like, okay, well,
The one thing I wanted to jump up and say was, like, also, I'm noticing the hesitation with Tashika for, like, is this actually going to work? Like, is what you guys doing productive or actually helpful, or is it intriguing enough for people to want to come along and join or change minds? I think you guys have to, like, try and be obviously as organized as possible, but give each other some grace as well, because this is like the first one. You guys are still building any money. Like, you guys are obviously not going to be as gung-ho as the TP USA. Like, it's not all going to go super smoothly. There's going to be hiccups. It's not going to be, like, very polished this first time around, but that's not the point. Like, everything has a starting point and everything's going to be, it's just going to build. So it might not end where it starts. So that's something to keep in mind. So I think Tashika's hesitation is fair, but also, like, don't expect perfection, because you're just setting the expectations way too high, I think.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of people who don't agree, because I know there's a couple Discords that got triggered to get you guys over here anyways to start opping. So the fact that you guys are not requesting up is kind of weak. Not gonna lie. If you're an op and you stand on business, come talk to us. I'm gonna take one more of you guys.
I would just want to respond real quick to Hamby's comment. I'm not saying that you can't critique, right? Like, Mantis isn't from here either. And, like, I don't think that's not the point. Like, you can critique, but it's very weird to me to try to dismantle movements when you're not faced with the threat of Trump. When we're actually the people that are seeing the issues on the ground in our own communities, and then you're doing everything that you can to make sure that the left doesn't come together to fight Trump. That's my issue.
Yeah. Hop on up. I'm looking at this request box right now. 2 week to come on up. I'm looking at some of these people who are in like watching this live right now, and like they're from the last tour. It's hilarious. I think it's so funny. I just wish people didn't care about audience capture so much, and they actually cared about building electoral power.
Yeah, an academic analysis is fine, but like I would just, I don't know. I mean, Kobe made an entire separate live about how I'm funneling money to myself. Like that's not academic analysis. I'm so sorry. Like if you're actually doing that, then great. Like you want to talk about cultural anthropology and psychology, and you want to talk about the effects of or whatever, that's cool. But like when you're like trying to dismantle, that's the problem I have.
Yeah. If you don't agree with something, go ahead. This is your time to request up. I know someone's Discord got triggered, so.
But thank you.
I fucking love you, Mantis.
I have to go to work all day and it's Sunday, guys. What is happening? I'll be listening later.
All right. Love you, Mantis.
Love you.
Just asking questions, Allison. That's funny.
I just want to say I love people from New Zealand. Like I don't know what it is about them. I know we have like a bad rap as like, you know, I grew up in Australia, so like Australian and New Zealand people like sometimes have beef or whatever, but like I don't know. I think that people from New Zealand are like so awesome. Like so laid back, like so yeah.
Okay, here, Havoc D Maniac. You sound like that may be an op. Let's see. Oh, hi, are you an op?
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Why not?
What position do you
Everybody's
take?
an op. Republican position.
Oh, you're not op enough, sorry. Oh my god, we've gotten to this point where even the Republicans, I'm like, you're not causing the problem that I want to focus on right now. Other people are trying to fix that problem. I'm trying to fix our own problem within our own party. It's just the conservatives. I have almost zero concern of what they're doing right now because they're going to continue to build electoral power while we don't, and we will never be able to stop them if we do not build electoral power. Crash out.
Man, kick the conservative.
Straight up. It's just people are like, well, Mercedes, you don't care to debate conservatives, and I'm just like, I'm like, I mean, I do, but I don't think.
Not right now.
I think there's enough people doing that, and not enough people trying to be like, yo, we're taking out our strongest soldiers.
Yeah, when I scroll through my TikTok, when I see the streams, it's half of them are people that's live, like debating Trump and policies right now.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
If you disagree and you are in the guest request, it is your time to talk and stand on business. I'm not going to come up, but from the outside looking in, didn't she insult your wife over and over again? Did she apologize? I don't think you understand how much I don't give a fuck. Like, if you come up here and you're like logically consistent and you decide you want to work together, that's it. Like, we just don't. I'm not a sensitive little fucking soy enter cuss word.
And it's the internet. It's the internet. Like,
yeah.
It's
like I'm just not a baby about shit, you know?
People be saying shit on the internet. It's just like internet shit.
And that's the thing is, hopefully Tashika does find a home with us because, like, Tashika has only experienced getting upset and then like maybe saying something like, hey, you're dumb, and then they're like, any relationship we've had is cut off right now. And I just think that is a horrible way to operate. I think we should be able to disagree. I think we should be able to get into fights and arguments and still be like, okay, let's go feed these homeless people together.
I also think it's weird how like the leftists are meant to like be all about deconstruction, and isn't deconstruction a journey?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate using that word now, but like Isn't that the whole premise of their argument, that deconstruction's a journey, but then people like Tashika can't deconstruct, people like me can't deconstruct, people like you can't deconstruct. So then, like, what are you actually asking for? Like, you're not really asking for deconstruction at all. Like, you're
They don't
asking for,
extend it. Yeah, they don't extend that grace to anyone, and these are the same people advocating for like prison reform, and it's just like, do you guys actually just not believe in anything that you pretend to believe in? Do you just say these things to sound good? What
I don't
is
think
it?
that they really understand them. Like, I don't think that any of them have actually like read a book on deconstruction or anything. Like, that's, I think they just like see it online and then they just like repeat it, but they don't really understand what it means.
What's wild too is like to hear someone call Tashika anti-black. Literally, I lost my shit. I was like,
That's,
"What?"
it's so weird because it's
That's
like
such a
now,
psychotic take.
if you're black now, apparently you have to agree with all black people on all things. Like, that's such a, to me, that's like completely the opposite take of what you should be taking. I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even argue. Like, I'd say there's a spectrum of what Black people believe. Like when we look at like the conservative Black people, it's such a spectrum. But it's almost like if you don't agree with my opinion, and this subset of people, then then you just don't care about it at all. And I'm like, well, if you applied that logic, then every set of a group of Black people who take different positions, I guess everyone's just anti-Black against each other, or like what
I
is it?
really hate the policing of blackness. I really hate it. Like when I talk to
Horrible.
black conservatives, I never bring up race. Like I don't care about any of that. I don't like what you believe in, and it's not because you're black that you have to agree with me. And that's not like I hate it. Like even when I criticize people like Candace and Officer Tatum, I don't necessarily go at them for their race until they say some bullshit about the race. But it's not about your race. You're just wrong about what you're saying, and I don't like that. Like even when Pierce, he's always bringing up that statistic. Oh, Trump made a bigger leap with the black vote, and it's like, so all black people don't think the same. Pierce, hey, we've been here. Why are you saying that like it's just some newfound fucking uh, statistic? Like black people don't think the same on all things, and clearly it's showing that his bias because it's like you just think that most black people are liberal. No, there's a lot of conservative black. Like, just because we have a large portion of the Democratic vote, it doesn't mean there's not a lot of black conservatives.
Mm-hmm.
Example of that was in AOC's race. Like, she actually, like, in the Bronx, she got the least amount of votes where there were the most black voters because they think
Hmm.
that she's way too far left.
Yep. And there's a lot of misogyny within these communities still.
Yeah.
It's the same reason like there's a big issue within Hispanic communities with like the machismo or like with holding like these traditional values, and as a result becoming an immigrant and then going conservative. We see this within the Asian immigrant communities as well. Like it's a trend of America is a lot more like left in social policy than the countries that these people are coming from. So when they finally get citizenship over here, they take a conservative stance, which is absolutely wild because it's almost like climbing the ladder and pulling it up behind you. But it's because our social politics over on the left just fucking suck.
I don't mean to sound old, but I feel like TikTok has like ruined like any form of nuance we can have in conversations anymore. It sucks because I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
10
so
years
different over
ago,
here.
like we could actually have these conversations.
It's so different over here. Like, I started doing stuff on YouTube, just started debating and stuff like that recently, but yeah, TikTok culture is very different.
YouTube,
Like,
I'd argue that YouTube is better 100%, but the reason why I encourage these YouTubers to come over to TikTok is because the grounds that we're losing, and like I'd say the majority of people who watch like political content actually aren't doing it on YouTube. I think most of them are doing it on like for example, like Destiny has like 800,000 followers and he's been like stuck at 800,000 followers on his YouTube for quite some time. It's
well,
like and then yes, there's a little bit more context there, but I'd argue that like when it comes to majority of people, so many people consume the short form content, and the
yeah,
short form content spaces are void of any based liberals. All of the short form content is either taken up by like crazy conservatives or like crazy far leftists, and we do not have enough like just normal non-audience captured, based ass like Joe Rogan-esque type liberals over here, like what the YouTubers actually are, to fill this void, and then it just creates this illusion that to anyone I mean, what it is, there's over like 100 million people on this app on TikTok from America alone. And I just think to myself, we're just losing out on a huge group of people if we don't dominate these spaces.
Yeah, that's why I just bit the bullet because I've been avoiding TikTok like the plague. I'm not doing this shit. I hate it. I don't like short form content. I don't like making it. I don't watch it much. But I was like, I just have to. And then I ended up finding y'all, which is a big thing. Like I was like, I just don't want to deal with none of the bullshit on TikTok because I've seen it from afar and I'm like, I don't need no parts. But I was like, I kind of got to. Like you said, I don't see myself as no Joe Rogan, but I know that exactly what you just described is how I feel like I wanted to present myself.
Yeah, and when I mean Joe Rogan, I just mean like people who don't cry over everything. Like
Hmm.
it's like just the bare minimum of not just losing your shit over every single thing, which is what TikTok has become. And if we could make TikTok a normal platform again, I think we would do a lot to fix our culture. If we could take, I don't even like, if we could push this shit over on Instagram, if we could push this shit over on TikTok, that would be such a good start as to winning back a lot of the younger people, because they wouldn't just be forced to watch either. They're seeing two sides. They're seeing content creators who are conservative on short form platforms in which you can pretty much, like be yourself and not get chastised for it. Or they're seeing like left wing content where you could say, hey, that's gay. And then all of a sudden you're getting doxxed, and they're seeing that. And as a result of seeing that, they're choosing to go right because they're like, okay, well, that was crazy over on the left. We had a person. There was a gay couple who I did a panel with, and they were like, "We're gay, but we're not gay because they just don't like fly rainbow stuffs and things like that." And as a result, there was videos with millions of views just canceling them. Their video got millions of views with a shit ton of nasty comments, and I brought them up on my panel, and they're like, "What the fuck? We voted for Kamala Harris. What is wrong with you people?" And
Wow.
that is what the left has made itself to be on TikTok. The right sees it. Anyone who is either politically ambiguous, undecided, they see shit like that and they're like, oh, hell no. That's how you treat your own voters? Like, God forbid I even try to engage with that.
That's
Pathetic.
ridiculous. And
It's
it's when you said
pathetic.
it, I fully understood what you meant. Like, well, we're not gay. It's like, oh, I get it. you
It's
know,
yeah,
keep it pushing.
it's pathetic. If you disagree with anything we're saying and you're in the comment sections, you guys should come up.
But you're only taking leftists.
Yeah, but I'm only taking you leftists. Okay, Alberners Hunt. I don't know how to say that, but it's okay.
Greetings.
Hi.
Hello. Do you have questions?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. What is your questions, ma'am?
Oh, no, I thought you were going to ask questions.
Oh, no, not at all. Unless you have some.
Are you conservative or are you like liberal?
I am neither. I'm an anarchist.
Okay. Well, how do you like this prompt behind me?
Well, I'm just going to adjust my lenses. Hang on. It's all men. It's a bad messaging. Culture testing is ruining the left. And the soy levels also BS. Stop crying about Owen in my video. Not all wild people are racist. Well, half of them are filled with acronyms I don't understand. So,
Okay.
Is there something in particular you wanted to discuss?
well, I wanted to help you organize. I'm a philosopher, and I developed something called the Rosa Concilia, which will help you organize as a team. If you would care to hear about it.
It's okay, but I think you're pretty cool regardless, and I am actually following you simply because I think you sound like really, really cool. I'd probably hit the pub with you.
Why did you say the pub? Why the pub?
The pub, like you don't call the bar like the pub?
Oh, that's really in your vernacular? No, I don't.
Oh,
I thought you were being funny.
what? The pub?
I know what it means, but I don't ever use that unironically. That's why.
Like a bar to me is like with the dance floor, and like you're dancing and there's like men in their banana, things, and you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Or like, but like the pub is, if you go, it's like it's more for talking, it's a smaller setting, maybe you're ordering maybe some food and you're having beers and you don't plan on getting like drunk, maybe play some pool. That's the pub.
Shit, both of them the bar to me. I just always say the bar, unless like the name of the place has pub in it, But I know what you're talking about though. But I just always call them all the bar.
I say things like, we're going out on the town. We're going to the town. I say that too. Or yeah, there's a couple things
Is that
I
like, I
say.
mean, downtown?
Huh?
Does that like mean like downtown?
Like heading to anywhere where like maybe you're gonna get some groceries, or
Oh, because you like in a rural area? Is that why?
yeah, I just grew up with those terms. Like we're gonna
Yeah,
go
oh,
hit.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. See, yeah, that's what I figured because it's a cultural thing. Because I'm like, we don't say like the pub or to
You're
the
like, the
town.
fuck? Mercedes, I just got your Give a platform shirt and I love it. Holy shit. Really? I'm following you right now. I requested to follow you. That's really sweet. Yeah, I got a cool shirt that says Give Yahtzees a platform. And the platform is a
Sarah is pop. Sorry.
pop or soda. Yeah, I would say it's like it's pop, but I just don't, I guess I don't talk about it a lot because I don't drink it.
I'm from Chicago, so I say pop.
Or like fizzy. Some
Wow.
fizzy drinks, fizzy sugar drinks. Some pop, some soda.
An American who gets the difference between a bar and a pub finally. Yeah, I guess, yeah, Mercedes just broke that down for me.
That's funny.
Yeah, Sarah, the Midwest, I think we're the only ones in America that says pop. Everybody else says soda, and I want to, it's like nails on the chalkboard to me.
Sody. Sometimes I call it sody.
Especially if somebody that's from here says it. Like, I think one of my kids said soda once. I said, "Where did you hear that? We don't say that."
It's funny. Apparently Canadians call it pop. I could see that. Yeah. Sometimes I call it sody. Like with a Y or something, an I maybe. People are like, "What the fuck is that, Mercedes?" If you disagree, I think all of you guys are just like not ops, which is pretty cool. And I'm probably gonna be. I gotta go hit the gym. Can you hear me breathing?
Yes.
Okay. We call them fizzy
What time?
drinks too. Yeah, like fizzy.
You was trying to you had a time you wanted to get there?
To the gym.
Yeah.
It's I mean, I can walk to it. So I mean, I don't have a particular time. I have to make some content today at some point.
Yeah, that's what I gotta go do
How
right now
can
too. I gotta go make
Yeah,
some
that's
content.
that's why I've been over multitasking when I was typing. I'm trying to edit right now myself.
Yeah.
Well, guys, have a good day.
Bye,
So,
Queen Z.
See ya.
see
Remember,
you, Z.
you're a B, but you're RB.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Mercedes, you be recording all your lives?
Is it like TikTok naturally records it?
Really?
Yeah. So when I go live, TikTok just records the whole thing.
And it saves into, because I know we can't go back and watch lives on TikTok, but it just saves it like in your profile or to your phone.
Like I can go back into TikTok and then I can watch it, and then I can download portions of it that I want,
Okay.
or I can download the whole thing and then upload it to YouTube if I wanted to. So if there's any our queen our queen also just joined the chat. I saw that.
Who? I missed it.
Tashika. She's gonna be like, I swear to God, it was an accident. I just scrolled once. I need better prompts for lefties to engage. I mean,
Maybe.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, reading it. I mean, maybe to stop crying about OM, maybe, and not all white
The
people.
goal, so because there's like lefties who disagree on policy, and like even but like in general they're not trying to just like cancel everyone. So even those people I don't care to debate. Like if they're like I want open borders, but I'm not gonna call you names for having a different opinion. I don't give a fuck. I love you. That's great. Like we have the vegan they them blue haired Anne, right? Who me and Anne probably disagree on so much, but because she's not a crazy leftist, the only people that I guess I really want to like start taking down is it's like you have left wing policy, that's fine, but you take it a step further and it's if anyone doesn't agree with me, then they deserve to kick the bucket. Like those are the
Burnt
people.
burnt toast is later. Are you able to come up now?
Yeah, burnt toast. Burnt toast. Looking for some burnt toast up in
They
here.
said maybe later. It's later.
Yeah. Yeah, burnt toast is a runner. He's a track star.
Going away when it gets hard. Come on up.
Used to be socialist dead, but now I'm moderate. Cool. That's cool. I think
I
that's
just say I'm a liberal.
yeah, that's now when I was first retaliating against these fuckers, I was like, fuck you, I'm moderate. And then now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, no, I'm literally just liberal. Someone said you literally got fishing in your bio. I ain't stupid. What does that even mean? Burnt toast is
What?
here. Burnt toast, come up here. Come on. What do you mean by this fishing? If we want to talk fishing, I can talk fishing. Come on, burnt toast. Just have a conversation. It's not bad. Don't be scared. I'm a sweetheart. I'm a teddy bear. Baiting people? No, burnt toast. It's about fishing.
Wait, is that what that meant? That they think you meant you bait people?
Yeah, they don't know country, I guess, when they see it. I don't know.
But look at your profile
Yeah, I'll say the
picture.
profile picture is I'm not scared, just not gonna waste my time. Burnt toast is scared. Burnt toast is a runner. This is the thing. You talk shit in the comment section and you can't back up what you say because either you don't genuinely believe it, or you like get off on bullying people, or you just like cannot articulate your position. Or you just don't even care about your position that much. What's up, hon? Oh, about like chicken strips?
Either chicken strips or
scared.
Oh, we gotta do the salmon. Yeah. Hey, cover that salmon with that like herb butter.
Ooh, why you have to? Damn, that just sounded so good.
It's gonna be good. Herb butter and lemon and like I think it's like 12 inches of salmon.
Just come up, bro.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Are you hungry now?
Come on. Come on, burnt toast. Come on up here.
Like you, why do you? You're not gonna waste your time, but you're typing.
I know. Taters or rice? Rice. No, I can't. I don't think I could pick between the two. I have to say. If I had to eat one for the rest of my life, rice. But I love taters. Don't do that to me. Come on, burnt toast. Come on. Come on. Come on up here. Psst, 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 psst. Come on, buddy. Psst, 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 psst. Psst, 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 psst. Come on, buddy. Burnt toast is kind of cute. Like the profile picture is literally just like this black little thing with like it's a black little square.